Hey everyone, how you doing? Humans here with the race to S rank. Not many viewers just yet. Hopefully we'll have a few more people tune in later on. We don't actually have that many people racing. Right now Dragal is in the lead and he might be about to go to bed. Ooh, oh no, that's from last month. That's not his actual rank. I don't think. Let's just check to make sure. Yeah, no, he's silver. Some of the things don't update. I think Min-Max is close behind at number 6. Blitz again isn't really S rank yet. So you can't really tell from the sidebars. I have a tool that helps me work out who's actually in the lead. But Min-Maxer and Dragal are both really close. First I was going to talk about last month's top ladder. Actually, Min-Maxer again. He was right at the top of the ladder last month. If we have a look, let's see, it was about 9 hours ago now. So here we go. Oh, was that right? 8? No, Solifid was at the top. AKA Maranudes actually came first. So he was playing, if it loads, this is post reset, but we can jump right in and look at the deck that he played to get S rank number 1 last month. So let's see. It looks like his aggro Fae, very strong, really good in this meta, especially against other aggro decks. I think it suffers a bit against some of the counter aggro decks, but even then, unlike most aggro decks, it's got a lot of survival tools and a lot of sort of things to put off the game. You know, he's got Enfeeble, so that if he gets overwhelmed on board, you can just clear the board really easily. So he chooses to take the middle tile with the Saberspine Tiger and remove the 2/3. It's really strong to be able to remove your opponent's 2-drop. That way they can't ramp up to 4 mana. Generally, especially good against Vath, because it might make his turn really awkward, but he's got a Rancor here, so that's not too bad for him. And a Blood Tier Alchemist. This is a really aggressive deck by the looks of things, but it's still good to deny the mana tile and also, you know, keep the board nice and clear. So the second Saberspine's really strong here against the Rancor. Interesting to me that he chose to take that mana tile. I guess he forces his opponent now to go up and take that one. But I think I would have left the mana tile open there. At the same time, the positioning of this is quite good. So, but I feel a positioning of it here would have been better. Is that a prismatic? No, it's not. It looks it though, because it's just super glowing. So his opponent gets some nice damage in. At this point you hold on to both Concealing Shrouds, because you can, you know, with there being no board, Concealing Shroud, Flameblood Warlock, you know, he really denies the aggro Vath player from doing any damage to him. So if we see Solifid playing in the race to S rank tonight, I highly suspect that that he'll be playing this Fae deck. The other deck that he was playing was an Argyon deck, with absolutely no cards pre-expansion in them. So I thought that was really interesting, that one of the strongest decks in the meta right now doesn't even have any Rise to Bloodborne spells in it. Or any Rise to Bloodborne cards, rather, not just spells. So, you know, he, like I was saying, he starts chaining the shrouds here. Sort of interesting to me that he still casts the shroud when he intends to run back. But I suppose it blocks the healing mystic as well. And his opponent dispels it too, so I'd suppose you'd much rather he dispel it now than later. Oh, he's running a Frostburn Naga. That's Frostbone. That's more recent. That addition wasn't in the deck previously. So his opponent's really low now. I'm not sure if he's got lethal, this and this. That's 4 mana for 4 damage. He doesn't have lethal. I do like the Frostbone Naga in the list. I think that's strong. So he freezes the enemy general, plays the Concealing Shroud to sort of beef up his life, gets rid of the thing blocking him in his way, runs forward and hits him. If his opponent has another Shroud, see, I think that Shroud there was maybe wrong. He got the Tectonic Spikes off. I guess he had to refill his hand, but he also hurt himself a lot. You know, now he's in a very... he knows he's dead. So, it's a relatively close game. You know, the life totals aren't insignificant, but it's a full turn that Solifid wins by, and he also, technically speaking, could, you know, if he hadn't run forward, he could have kept running away and set up the board so that he wasn't under threat. So this Fey deck, I think, we expect to see this a lot in tournaments now, especially with his performance in the ladder. So the other person I was talking about, who's now in racing to S rank, finally hit 5, is Min-Maxer. So he's been playing almost, well, entirely exclusively a Songhai variant. You can check out Solifid's decklist and Min-Maxer's decklist at 9moons.gg. We got all the best decklists for you. So here we go. 4 days ago, Bad Manner. Let's watch this game. It's a relatively aggressive list. He does have only 1 card and 2 copies of it from Rise of the Bloodborne. Here we go. Someone. Okay, so even though this was last season's game, we'll watch one of his sounds exciting. I'm streaming. So we'll watch that game. He says it was interesting. I imagine when he says a true Songhai turn, most likely he dropped a huge amount of damage, or got ridiculously large Sharkeries, or perhaps even both. So, yeah, I like the way, generally speaking, in your replacing hand, you like to get rid of doubles. So that way, you know, you have more options. And he can't really step forward and double Sharkery, so he Sharkery Phoenix Fires, which is a good play. You know, 2/3 for 2 is good, and this thing, if not dealt with, will spiral out of control. And definitely getting rid of your opponent's 2-drop, we were talking about it just before with Magmar, is really important, and especially one, you know, Blast isn't technically ranged, but it can operate at a ranged length. So he doesn't have any spells to activate the Sharkery, which is a bit sad. It's a bit debilitating. But he does sort of just run away from these Paxes here, which I think is smart. Equip the Blood Rage Mask and use the Spelljammer to sort of, you know, beef up his hand. Those are some relatively nice Dervish spawns for Min-Maxer as well. Sort of the further away from the action, the better for Min-Maxer. Wow, and his opponent pretty much skips 4 mana. All he does is buff one of these Dervishes. So here we go. We're going to have a huge amount of damage going entirely face here. I would assume. Yeah, he's just going to go absolutely crazy. And so would I, you know. I think I might keep the Inner Focus. No, I wouldn't. He's going to hit this. Is he going to run that in twice? He just drops his whole hand. Oh, that's lethal. Wow, turn 3 lethal. I didn't even see it. Wow. And I said keep the Inner Focus. I think probably after hitting with everything and leaving the Inner Focus there, I would have considered... That was something. So that's yeah, the Dervish spawn stopped his jammer from dying. That's why I said it was quite good. So that he was the number 2 on the ladder playing that that list. He was also number 3 with his Smurf playing also almost the exact same list, very slightly differently. So who else? Dragal right now is well in the lead. Dragal, quite classically a Magmar player. Oh wow, he doesn't even have that many. He's been playing a lot of Magmar the last couple of months, not necessarily always on his main. He just lost to Min-Maxer, so we can watch this game, I think. And then we'll look at his other games, but yeah, he's playing a very aggressive list. So I would say, you know, generally speaking, Magmar is unfavoured versus Songhai, and then especially aggressive Songhais versus the aggressive Magmar list. It can be, you know, quite horrible for the Magmar player. It's really sad that he doesn't... Oh, he does have a way to get rid of this. I don't think you want to use the Flash Reincarnation on the... Oh, he decides to. But you might have wanted to save the Macanta. Save it for the Macanta. So he spends 2 cards and takes 4 damage, and technically will deal 5 damage to his opponent, so it's not the worst play. I think keeping the Greater Fortitude with the Flash would have been a smarter play, because then this could be, you know, a 7-3 and minus survive. But then he probably would have Phoenix fired it, so which would have been a horrible time for him. So a 5-5 for 4, when you technically only had access to 3 mana, is a very strong play for Reaver. And then Dragal's sitting here with, you know, nothing to do. So this, yeah, we might just... This game pretty much looks done now. If he has a way to transport this Katara into the battle, looks like he might not even need it, really. So he's got the Flash now. He can flash the Macanta out. But unfortunately, Min-Max has been really smart and positioned his minions in a way to maximize getting around this stuff. Like not being in range of the Macanta more than the very bare minimum of 2 things. It seems from the Magmar player's perspective, it's not game over yet. But that's really rough. You know, again, spreading out to play around Macanta. Vath doesn't have it, but if he did replace the Frenzy. He wants to step forward so he can be within attack range, but he's highly likely just dead here. The opponent with 6 cards in hand and, you know, effectively 8 life is very likely to die. Here we go, the Inner Focus, the Blood Rage Mask. Yeah, it's really sad that he missed so much tempo in the earlier turns. So that's going to be lethal. 2 over, in fact. Well, 3 over, because he at least... but we can watch some of Dragal's other games. Let's see. Let's watch... I'm just trying to find one versus someone else who's good. Oh, he lost to Min-Maxer again. Let's watch Mezelg. Mezelg is quite high up on the ladder right now. Currently, I believe, rank 6. Yeah, in Gold Division. So, and Mezelg is one of the better duelist players in the community. He's very strong. Hi Blitz and hi Smash. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for coming late to saying hey. We're watching the race to S rank now. Actually, if you're still in here, you're going to be racing. can't remember if I asked Blitz already. So yeah, we'll talk about this game. MeselG also playing an aggressive Vath list with the Grow. Drogal's played a really strong 2-drop into Natural Selection, which is really good, because like I said, it's important to be able to move your opponent's 2-drop, and then develop your own as well. And he continues that general trend. That's how we win games of Duelist, is develop your own minion, remove your opponent's minion. And the Spelljam is really nice now. I could start... Yeah, I understand Smash. That's pretty much why I intend to cast this one. It's too many. So he develops the second Spelljammer here, which means at the end of his turn he draws 3 cards to a full hand. He didn't really have much choice. The other choice was maybe play the Elucidator to remove the taunt. But I think when he has the Earth Sphere in hand, he doesn't mind basically taking some extra damage and being able to remove this. His opponent also has the Earth Sphere. Yeah, Drogal probably is going to go to bed soon though, he said it himself. Oh wow, Entropic Gaze. So he starts off with an Entropic Gaze. And a second Entropic Gaze. See, I'm not sure about that. Because he does burn a card. But he also burned a bunch of cards with the Entropic Gaze on his opponent. Oh, and his opponent Entropic Gazes too. He who Entropic Gazes most, Entropic Gazes best. So I could definitely see a Macanta here. You want to get rid of the Spelljammer, you have heaps of cards in hand. So he goes a more passive play. Basically, 3 mana, take 3 life, remove his opponent's 4-drop, and then sort of gain 8 life. So another Entropic Gaze from his opponent. That's the 4th Entropic Gaze this game. And another Earth Sphere. I think we'll see a removal of the Elucidator. No, he decides to keep the Elucidator. Okay, so he's going to play Elucidator just for the damage. No, he decides not to play the Elucidator. This is a very interesting... both players want to stay relatively high life total, but they want to be able to remove their opponent's life total as well. Oh, this is definitely a delicious Macanta Warbeast time. He might even... Yes, he has lethal. And then he's going to flash out the Elucidator, buff it up with Greater Fortitude. He didn't even oh, no, he did have to. I was going to say he didn't have to buff it up. But he does. So that's a lot of face-on-face. And only wins by 1 health as well. Very close matchup. They both had a lot of very similar cards, but I think he managed to snowball the early turns, just that tiny little bit of advantage so that he could kill his opponent first. Who else? So that's pretty much the only people. Amor's quite high. Draco Moriarty finished last month in the let's see, S rank 7 is where he was. So he seems to be playing a Songhai deck. Was he playing a Songhai deck in S rank? Let's just see. 17 hours ago? Yes, 17 hours ago. But previously to that, he was also playing Songhai. So I'm not sure what type of Songhai deck he's playing. Amor is a pretty good player. I'm pretty sure it's the same Amor. Yep, so we'll watch this game. So this seems like a much more control-y version rather than an aggressive version with the Pando Death Strike Seal combo. He's got a nice 2-drop, so he's not too upset. Phoenix Fire is generally quite good against in the game in general, but against Vitruvian, you know, they're oh well, there we go. He plays a regular 2-drop, but usually their Obelisks and their other minions aren't that great to Phoenix Fire. What's it called? The annoying little one. Pax. Pax is the minion's name. Yes, Magmira is very forehead smash. That is a good way to describe it. I thought it was fun and interesting though. I hate playing it, but that's why I don't play Mag. So okay, so he seems to be playing a bunch of neutral minions. Oh, that's good. You're quite happy to not have to hit that twice, and I think it's too early in the game to just Repulsor Beast it away. It can create some issues for you. Oh, the Lightbender is going to be really strong against Vet. Strong card. Yeah, well, we probably... I wonder if it's maybe not even worth watching this game, just because Vitruvian is not top tier right now. Perhaps one of the worst in the game. Poor Fate has switched to Vanar now because Vitruvian is just so lackluster. It's especially sad that they were lackluster previously, and then now they didn't get anything great in Rise of the Bloodborne. So, but he's not doing too bad by the looks of things. You know, he's managed to develop a board advantage, life advantage. He does lose card advantage though, and then a simple Lightbender pretty much completely destroys his one minion. Who's in the read right now? At Kritzmaster? Regal is, but might be going to bed soon. You think it's okay? How did he... Oh, the other Repulsor Beast. I wouldn't say it's terrible. You know, you can still play it on the ladder, but it is super unlikely to see play in tournaments. And, you know, I would be surprised to see even someone in the top 25 S rank playing Vitruvian. Noshrak is amazing. Actually, I think of all things that the Sag Vitruvian is better now. Is Gifts the 6 mana gain all those artifacts? I believe it is. So a Death Strike Seal here is just really incredible. I think that's what we're going to see, because it just clears your whole opponent's board. Oh, good! An Obscuring Blow. And a Jade Monk. Oh boy. Triple Grandmaster Zendo in his deck. That is intense. Challenge accepted. You're going to take a... when I say top 25... but no, I still would like to see you try it. I think that would be good. I also prefer Xerix over Sag, but I have seen some Sag decks. You know, I was playing some games earlier. Okay, so he just concedes. He's done. He's got one card in hand. That's the problem with Xerix, I think, is a bunch more cards could do with some incidental card draw. Yes, yeah. The BBS is too situational. It is problematic. It'd be nice if it had an effect on top of its effect, kind of like Phase Effect does 2 damage to general and all damage in a line. So if Sag's effect was, say, you know, maybe just like deal an extra 1 damage to the general. You know, if it was like double damage to minions, you do not want it to be double damage to generals. That would just be insane. That would make that deck #1 by far, because it would just boost the OTK insanely. But maybe just make it, say, you know, an extra 1 or 2 damage, just to make it not completely useless. Or, you know, maybe it could be reworked in general to do some different things. The problem is, yeah, like you said, if you're running away with Sag, all of a sudden your BBS becomes completely useless. Rinstrike, you reckon? That is a interesting statement. 4/3 for 4 flying, draw a card. I'm not sure how good it is. Let's see. You can watch some more of Jagal's games. So let's see. He lost to Berserk. Let's watch versus. Here we go. He had an 80% win rate for a while. So let's watch versus. Let's try another few hours ago. Not another one of those. Let's watch versus Xleaf. I think Xleaf is a very strong player. I really like him. Yeah, 8 face damage is a lot of damage. So, Xleaf on Fae. Depending on what type of Fae variant it is, it can be favoured. We were going over this before with Solarfit. But there's definitely Fae variants where it's a real struggle. So, he plays the 4/3. Always thought that's interesting how it does that. It says it has 4 attack, and then it's like, no, it doesn't. So Dragal didn't have a 2-drop, which was weak, but he did manage to remove his opponent's board. He's been stuck in place, which is a bit problematic, so game's pretty close right now. Blistering Scorn is generally not what you want to be playing there. You want to be playing a higher tempo minion, or a Spelljammer is better because it will refill your hand and develop a higher health minion. So he decides to go absolutely ham on his opponent. Excuse me, I'm a bit hungover from last night. New Year's Eve in Australia. I got very drunk, so I might be yawning and slurring my words a little bit. So the old Hearth Sister BBS is one of my favourite plays, and he Frigid Corones his opponent's general. So if I'm Dragal right now, I'm not feeling the greatest about this board situation. You know, I'm behind. I'm ahead on cards somewhat, but not really if you include that he's got cards on the board. But then this play, the Saberspine Tiger into Diatide Frenzy, really equalizes things a lot. You know, now both generals are on 12. Dragal has 5. He has 5. You know. And he has that extra attack on his generals. So, and especially it seems like your opponent is playing an aggressive list. So having that Earth Sphere in hand sort of really sets you up to counter what the opponent's deck attempts to do. So I expect to see maybe a natural selection Earth Sphere here. Nope, oh yeah, of course a Mechanical Warbeast, silly me. So that's a huge swing turn for him. You know, he's managed to deal 4 damage to the opponent's general and remove both his minions. This is what people have complained about as against Vath for a long time now, or against Magmar in general. Mechanical Warbeast just being an insane card. See, I think that might have been a misplay in my opinion. And he doesn't BBS, which is interesting. I think going face there was the correct play. I don't know his deck enough to say for sure. I mean, I know that it turns out the Vath had the Earth Sphere, but you kind of want to force him to have it. Okay, so what's he doing here? He's setting up some distance. Oh, that's why he didn't BBS as well. And that's why he removed the minion, I think, was to make it so that this would definitely hit face. Oh boy. That's lethal. That is a 4-card 11 damage lethal. So he got it. He got him, which was really nice. So that's generally how the deck works. You know, flashes, rush minions, and Macantas is how you win. So how's he going now? Has he won another game yet? He beat Fated, so let's check out Fate, because Fate is a really nice player, and he's trying out Vanna as well. Okay, so he's moved back. This is a control Fae, sort of like a mid-rangey version. I call it control because he has a bunch of removal in the deck. Some people get upset talking about decks as control in Duelist. Okay, so that's why he won, is Fated had no interest in playing that game. I would have liked to have seen that play out, but I guess that's on me for assuming. So let's watch some of Minmax's... Oh, yeah, no, we already saw that. So let's watch some of Minmax's games now. He's certainly catching up to Dragao. Let's watch Feel Lucky. Was that that wasn't the game we played before, was it? No, it's a different one. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Correct. Like stuff. Fun. Super stakes for him because mind using for free. So the old, Sojourner turn 1, and juxtaposition to remove. Like I said, what you want to be doing is developing your own minions and removing the opponents. I'm actually a little bit surprised he didn't place it here to develop the Blood Rage Mask. But Vitruvian is well known for playing artifact removal, so just playing a raw Blood Rage Mask might be bad because his opponent could rush his Curse it away. And again, removing his opponent's minion and developing 2 of his own. He's got a lot of burst in his hand, which is really strong. I really like this deck. I'm not sure how I feel about Sojourner though. I think... Ooh, yeah, see that's what I'm talking about. It can be rough when it's dispelled, you don't get any draw card out of it. But his hand is still pretty much healthy enough as it is. So he Ethereal Blades this to get rid of the minion, and then plays his third Sojourner for the match. He is definitely cranking a lot of draw card. A lot of people hate Lakian. Did he not attack with his general? It seemed like he did not attack with his general. I might have missed that. Maybe he was timed out. So that's a pretty weak play, just a 5/5 for 5. It does, clear the board a little bit. Wow, is he gonna... He might be about to... Well, wait a minute, did he just miss lethal at all? He could have done 8. Yeah, he just missed lethal. So we'll watch this again afterwards, maybe, I think. But he could have gone Equip Mask, right? Phoenix Fire, Phoenix Fire, Phoenix Fire, because his opponent was on 14, and then he inner focuses and hits him again, so that's 12, plus an inner focus on this, does another proc from the Blood Rage Mask, and this does the extra 1 damage and finishes him off. Or maybe he wasn't on 14, because he was on 17 at the end of last turn. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I think he could have run down to get the 7 mana though. Oh, min-maxer. you could have run down to get the 7 mana. I might be wrong about it. It was close. Let me put it that way. And I'm glad you've tuned in, min-maxer. For watching your games. I really like your deck. I don't think it mattered too much if you did miss lethal there. It's like super unlikely that you lose from this point. So, Dragal's queuing up again. Yeah, you don't get a general attack, but you didn't general attack him either. I don't think you needed it. Yeah, I don't think you needed the general attack. Or you... Yeah. Well, it was 4 times 3. Yeah, 4 times 3. I think it was either lethal or it was like 1 or 2 off. It's hard for me to tell for sure. I would have to go back and watch it again, and I'm not that interested. Even if you did miss lethal, it's okay. A lot of us missed lethal. So let's watch another one. I really liked that turn 3 lethal you got. I almost missed that one. So again, he's versus this Magmar. This is why I think min-maxer managed to get, the number 2 and 3 spot on the ladder. There's a lot of Magmar players on the ladder. It's a strong deck, but this deck is just generally stronger, and it can just farm them a lot. Has, I reckon, probably it's at least 70% favoured, maybe up to 90 depending on both the players. Yeah, I don't think you I excuse you for missing that lethal. It's not a big deal. What I don't excuse is I think this play by him is quite terrible. I'm not sure what min-max is going to do here. But basically just in Entropic Gaze, so you give your opponent much more likely to have something really nice to do now with that extra card, and a Rancor like in this aggressive position where it can easily get dealt with some way. I just think this was just a terrible play by the Magmar player. Hopefully he's not listening and feels really upset about it, but I think even with the Rancor, I perhaps would have rather to see him step forward and play it over here. I don't know what the rest of his hand was. I certainly wouldn't like just an Entropic Gaze, and I don't think playing the Entropic Gaze this early is a good idea against Songhai. You just give them too many options. So min-maxer decides to, yeah, there we go. See, he gets to kill it for free now, as well as dealing some extra damage, because he's healed 1 life that the Entropic Gaze did, and then killed it with just a 0 mana spell and developed a nice 4/4. He's certainly in a very strong position right now. I'm actually going to fast forward this a little bit. So that I can't abide by either. I definitely think he should have removed the 4 winds rather than the Katara, just because the 4 winds is now just going to most likely ping off, is going to ping off the... That's a really weird placement by that, actually. He placed it in the forward position. I guess he's trying to play around a Flash Macanta, but just giving your opponent the chance to remove that for free seems Definitely weird to me. Turns out it pays off because his opponent decides not to remove it. I think I would have preferred putting it here though. Oh, it doesn't matter because it just dies anyway. But it also doesn't matter because Min-Max is in a really strong position right now. He's got a good 11 health lead. Ooh, wow. I can see what you mean. Your hand is super awkward this game. I wouldn't mind just developing the Spelljammer, I think. Yeah, so just developing the Spelljammer is fine. You know, you've got now a bigger hand, way bigger hand, bigger life. You know, it might seem awkward that at 5 mana you just play a cycling minion, but you have such a huge life lead and card advantage that you're not too sad. Plus, it doesn't play into Mercanta. You know, he has to hit it manually as well to remove it. Primordial Gazer. I think Mr. Bags might be a little bit out of his comfort zone. I don't think he has lethal. Wait a minute, was that lethal? Let's see. Killing Edge plus Mist Dragon Seal plus Ethereal Blades is 2, 3, 7, 10. No, he was 2 off because there was a minion blocking him in the way. But I think what a good idea here is I kind of want to develop as many minions as possible. So I think I'd actually step back 4 wins here and play the Bloodborne over here. And then just leave that because you have the double Killing Edge and the Ethereal Blades and the Dragon Seal to really push a whole bunch of damage. But I feel like Min-Max is going to... Oh! You know, he does what I said, but slightly differently. The game's really interesting to me, how much different positionings there are. I mean, effectively this probably isn't going to matter. Oh wow, and he decides to use the Mist Dragon Seal. Just to get it out of range and deal that extra damage. I don't dislike that. I think that's a fine... Oh yeah, because he's drawing 2 cards anyway. So yeah, that was the correct play. I think I might have stepped up here and played that there maybe. Just so that this isn't Mercanted, but anything that lives here, like I'd think Vath is just... He's ruined. There's no way you can lose this game. One up. Yeah, I see what you're saying with the placement. That's why I say a lot of people are just like, you know, oh well, Vath is so dead here. A lot of people say, oh, you know, it's a RNG based game. There's not that much skill. It's just card draw. But every turn there's a lot of like little intricacies with placement that people don't realize can really snowball out of control. So the game's really hard, is what I'm trying to get across here. Let's see, Jagao. Let's watch Jagao's last game. You might watch him lose. Wow. Fated did it twice, it seems. So let's see Vissel. I might pause the stream in a second to go get a drink. Oh, this will be really nice to watch, actually. A prismatic Argyon player. I think Argyon's one of the other strongest decks in the format right now. I think you can play an aggressive Vathis like this, an aggressive Reaver list, the aggressive Fae list. Surprisingly, they're all aggressive. An aggressive Argyon list, and actually it's debatably an aggressive Cassava list, but it's like, what? Prismatic Veil Hunter. The memes. So it's not too... No, we can pretend like this was a lion anyway, a little... Oh wow, he decides to leave this alive. That is super interesting to me. Agrometa and Duelist? What? Divine Bond on the Veil Hunter. This guy is my hero. You are my hero, Vissel. It's a little sad that this is a oh no, it wouldn't really matter too much. But yeah, now he's gonna Greater Fortitude this. That was just, I mean, he's gonna natural selection. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Oh, we're only. So now he's got a huge lead on the board. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. I want to comment on Vassell's plays, but they're just... See, this is what's really good about playing aggressive decks as well, especially this Vath variant, is it has a lot of tools for dealing with things. So when your opponent starts doing really weird stuff that you don't understand what's going on, what you can pretty much do in response is A, just kill them, and B, really easily remove their stuff. You're running just a bunch of removal and face damage, so you're not even that upset when you start. When your opponent starts doing really weird things, you can just be, okay, remove your minion, develop my own, deal face damage. You know, there's lots of ways you can deal with it. Whereas when you're playing maybe more like mid-rangey decks, sometimes you can, or you know, a combo deck of your own, sometimes you can't remove their stuff. Oh, that True Strike. Oh man, this natural selection though. Oh, the flash on nothing. So, I'm a little bit surprised to see the Overload come through instead of the Earth Sphere, but I don't think he feels like his life total is threatened right now. Oh, he can do both? Yeah, he can do all three, my bad. So just ignore me about that. And he's going to have lethal. Unless his opponent... Oh, the placement there though. That was just... Why would you... That was terrible placement. He should have stepped down here and played this there. Or there. Definitely there, actually. So he actually might have maybe not won. But, well, yeah, 20 damage plus whatever he might have in hand. So that placement was just... he lost the game because of that placement. He actually might have been able to come back because Dragal didn't have an answer in his hand to that. That excels from your opponent. His placement. That's why a lot of people, again, don't realise how important placement is. It's, like, super important. Probably, I think, the hardest skill to learn. It reminds me a lot of chess and chess tactics in that way. Just learning that placement. A lot of players will get to maybe sort of high gold, low diamond. Oh yeah, thumping was an answer. I always forget that it's such a broken card. It was an answer, but I mean, he would have then done nothing else that turn, so... Let's see... let's watch another one of Draco Moriarty's games. We watched the one versus Amor. This is a I believe a gamecaster or an admin from the what's Elder Scrolls Legends game. Just recently made recently, like a month or maybe two ago, I think about 6 weeks ago, made the switch over to Duelist, so it'll be interesting to watch his games. It was a New Year's present. I really like this. I like running this Cryptographer card. I've said that it's good in Fae. It's not too bad in Vath, and it's obviously great in Lilith. I've seen it a lot used in Lilith, and I don't mind it in Reaver. You know, you can really set up this combo, but unfortunately, it does get countered by the old in a focused Battle Pando. But his opponent, like both players have played the Cryptographer Heartseeker, Because then Cryptographer, because this is technically a card, especially in the early game. Who's in the lead right now? Who was it that just asked? Pelifan? Is not here. Okay. Pelifan. Can I add Pelifan? Yes, I can. Dragal is in the lead. If you look here, there he is, at rank 3. He's been saying he might go to bed for a while now. Min-Max is close behind, and then we haven't really seen any of the big grinders join yet. It's still relatively New Year's in a lot of places, so I wouldn't be surprised to see things change. So we've fallen a bit behind on this game. Let's see, what's the board state like? Draco seems slightly... Ooh, wow. A Geomancer. Did he get that from Lakin? I don't think he did. I really like that. I really like seeing spicy new cards. So we're probably going to see a Grandmaster Zendo here. I wouldn't mind both him taking the face damage and removing that. Well, they're not going to necessarily be better at everything. Smash. Ooh, wow, a Gorehorn. I'll continue this conversation in a second, because this Cradstash is going absolutely crazy. See, this is why I would have liked to have seen him remove this last turn with the thing, because now he's going to have to spend an extra card and an extra 2 mana removing this, whereas before, you know, he wouldn't have had to. He could have just played the Grandmaster Zendo and removed this, done 2 less damage, and then I don't know if that's the right placement either, because now this is gonna he's just, that is, what are you doing, Draco? Draco, what are you doing? You're just so ruined now. Double Killing Edge. Woo! It's never just one skill. I would agree with you there, but there's skills that are quite more likely to be underdeveloped. So, for example, a lot of high gold, low diamond, or even like low S rank, high diamond players, they aren't too bad with their deck list. They can net deck. They can build decks that could be easily piloted higher. You know, they might be maybe 1 or 2 cards off. Their opening plays and knowing what cards to play is usually a lot easier. Like, you know, you can work out, oh, well, I obviously play a Macantor at 6 mana to remove his board. You know, I obviously play my 2-drop turn 1. You know, I obviously play my strongest cards, maximizing my mana usage. So they'll have a nice deck list. They'll understand, you know, the cards to play. But placement, they don't even see it as part of the game, because they're so used to games like Magic and Hearthstone and stuff like that, where placement literally doesn't matter like 90% of the time. You don't have to worry about it, or to 100% of the time. I don't think Magic allows for anything to do with placement. I guess top of your deck and stuff like that, you know, when you're sorting cards, it's kind of like placement, but not in the same way. So I think, you know, a lot of these players, they don't see that part of the game. And especially people that play these games are used to making plays a lot more than they are understanding positioning. It's something that you even see in you see it a lot in League of Legends and games like that, Heroes of Storm, League of Legends, and you might think, what's placement and positioning? That's not, this isn't a card game or a board game, but players will be good at comboing their abilities, you know, bam, 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 spamming the stuff, buying the right items, you know, going. Sometimes they'll even know like, you know, going into team fights and stuff like that, but they'll be way out of position, even just in lane. They'll be like, you know, right down near river where they can get, or they'll be close to like the fog of war coming from the jungle, so they can get ganked by junglers, or, you know, they'll be right in the middle of creeps, so that like creeps will be attacking them, you know, at bad times and things like that. They'll get stuck behind, you know, a wall of creeps. So, oh, Mr. Bags, we just saw this one. Yeah, we watched that one before. I thought you might. I was trying to watch a new game, but you haven't played any. Oh, you played against. There we go. You played against Dragal and lost. So this will be exciting. No, we're watching this one, Min-Maxer. So we'll watch it from Min-Max's perspective because I like him. I might start hiding the results of games. I will bring up an overlay for it after this game, and we'll talk about something else. So, the Sharkery avatar here, the placement of that, I'm not a fan of. Something that, actually, I'll talk about it just quickly. Something that I think is really interesting is if you just place it one back, you can't step straight onto the mana tile, which means you can't play your 4-drops. But, you know, he could still, like, 2-drop either one of these 2-drops plus the Ethereal Blades to be able to use it. But I don't know. I think probably well behind him was probably a better positioning. But he's just hoping, I think, that his opponent doesn't have. Oh, it doesn't matter. He has a natural selection anyway. I was going to say the Tiger, the Saberswine Tiger. I don't know what you're talking about it's really not. Oh, oh boy. So, is that literally all Dragal does as well? Duelist, everyone. High-level Duelist, where turn 2, pass turn 2, play a 1-mana spell. He has 4 mana and just plays a 1-mana spell. And then he just plays a 4-mana spell. So hopefully things will start heating up now. Is this another Greater Fortitude? Whoa, this thing's out of control! And a natural selection. Double natural selection is pretty rough. On the upside, you can make this thing disappear super easily. Maybe Spelljammer. Oh, wow, okay. I would have liked. Okay, he's going to use the thing. I would have liked a Spelljammer there, personally. And I would have probably put it in the corner and then juxted it to get rid of this thing. Okay, so he's going to Killing Edge it. See, I think I would have rathered. See, this is really difficult for his opponent to deal with now, though. I will give him that. Dragal only has 3 cards in hand. Entropic Gaze doing its thing. Yeah, he was on 3 cards, so... Oh, triple natural selection. That is how you win the game as Vath, I think, is having your opponent skip turn 2 and turn 3 just play 1 minion and do nothing else, and then you have triple natural selection. So, it's not unwinnable. There's a lot of matchups that are really like this. Oh, okay, he's going to Juxta. I was very confused there. What was going on? I would like to see a Killing Edge on this right now. But I don't think... Yeah. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I think either he might just be dead or Dragal has an amazing play. Yeah, that seems like dead. That's dead. Flash, Macanta Warbeast, and the Thumping Wave. Wow, 3-card combo lethal as well. I mean, he technically just needed a little bit more damage, but that was... Dragal seemed to get rather lucky there. Gronch? That's a funny name. So, let me just set up something to block the screen from spoilers. Let's see. I'm making something awesome right now. Let's see. Let's do this, and then let's do this and this. No, yeah, this. No. Oh no, that sucked. Do 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 do. Boop. Boop. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Oh, that's not right. Wait till you guys see this. You are gonna just love this. Oh, no, that was terrible. I mean, they're all terrible, but that was particularly terrible. Okay, and then some of this. We don't have to do that much. Okay, so how do I add image? It's on desktop, I believe. Where did I save it to? Yeah, desktop. There. And then edit scene. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. So, let's check out maybe Jugal. There we go. So I will try not to spoil what happens in this game, but I will tell you that it is very interesting. With the replaces, I can see definitely keeping one Plasma Storm. You definitely don't want two. I'm surprised a little bit that with a Plasma Storm, a Macanta, he decides to keep the Diatide. I might want to keep the Earth Sphere versus what is quite often a high damage deck. But he's the better player than me, so he probably knows. So he decides to get rid of the Plasma Storm because now he has the Diatide Elucidator, or the, Saber Spine Diatide, so it's not too bad. Yes, this game, Jugal, this game. Oh, nice. You're at 2. You should chug some caffeine. Get it done. So, actually, what we might do is we're gonna do some orb giveaways soon. And I might change my Twitch stuff in just a second. So he will just rewind. We'll watch this game first. So he first turn he skipped his turn. He had no play, which is quite often for this. Quite frequent for this deck going first. His opponent Blood Tear and Signed Second Wished it, thinking, oh, I'll get in some decent damage. And then Vath has just natural selectioned it to get rid of it, so trading 2 for 1, and his opponent Windstrike's. Windstrike's a strong card, and I would have considered maybe using the Overload here. Oh yeah, he still gets to do it. So now no matter what the Windstrike hits, it's gonna die, even if it hits face. So, but most likely I think we're gonna see a removal on the Saber Spine. Jugal's done a bunch of damage to his opponent. 8 damage just straight off the bat, so he's in a pretty good position. Hey Ash!
Hi.
My wife is home. Oh wow, there we go. So Falxius is one of those cards that really makes this deck, ooh, and a Signed Second Wish. So like I was saying about keeping the think he should have maybe, I don't know, he's got a rough time now. He might just be in a lot of trouble. He does have the Thumping Wave for the Wind Strike, which both denies the draw and removes that huge 6 damage, so it makes it a much more tamer 3 damage.
You're wearing my trackers.
Oh wow, that was, like, this card, Autarch's Gifts, is just, it's a really strong card, and he got a good combination to be able to get rid of both the respawn on this, and set up some really nice damage. So he's going to Entropic Gaze here, hopefully looking for something he can play. Can't play it, feels bad, man. I don't think you make the attack here. He might just be dead though. Not dead yet, technically speaking, but on very low life total. This is why I was saying he should have kept the Earth Sphere, I think, in my opinion. This thing's going to kill him now. He can't... Well, you don't want triple Macanta. You might have wanted to get rid of the Elucidator too, because it's technically... Okay, so he just concedes. Seems like a good decision. If he'd kept the Earth Sphere, he might have had a slightly better chance. But I think even then, that Autarch's Gift was just... It's such a strong card, and he got a really good roll off of it too. So yeah, that's why I think Vitruvian is still decently playable. I've lost to that same style of deck, and I've also won with it too. I played that a little bit at the start of Rise of the Bloodborne. I was doing some friendlies, and I played that deck, and it's quite strong, but it's very unreliable. So let's... we're going to take a short break, actually, because I'm going to say hello to my wife and get something to drink and just set things up. So, and then after the break, I'll do an orb giveaway. I might have to set up the raffle system. I think Moobot naturally... Does Moobot have a raffle system for you? I'll look it up. I'll work out a raffle system. It'll be 5 spirit. And why can't I spell spirit? God, I'm so hungover. Spirit orb giveaway. So stay tuned. Back in 5 minutes. And thanks everyone for watching, and we will be back, and hopefully Dragail in the next couple of hours will make it to S. So let's just do I'm turning the mic back on.
Alright. Can't fit all this on there.
And hello everyone. Hopefully I didn't lose too many viewers. We're gonna do a an orb giveaway. I have to work out how to Twitch raffle. So it says Moobot can do it. I'm not sure how. If anyone's watching,
Help.
I would, yeah. Please help.
Help.
Who can I ask that would know? More might know. Can you tell me how to do orb giveaways? So I might also change the title of my stream. So where are we? Dashboard, dashboard, dashboard. Nope. Don't orb giveaway. There we go. Sorry for the double speak. Raise to S rank orb giveaways. That will do. Just update information. Why are you not saying it has been? There we go. It has been updated. Anyone at all? Is David on? Let's see. If anyone's watching and has some words for me, can you tell me how to do a raffle? Who else might know? He's not really at 2, is he? Loading, loading. No, he's at 11. So yeah, Dragal's right up there. Minmax is the next one. And then there's a lot of people in gold. So it'll probably be a second prize to Minmaxer if he keeps it up. Waffle? We don't want waffles. No, not waffles. Raffle. Here we go. There's an extension. So how do I say yes to that extension? I do want. It's just 2 seconds. Add to Chrome. There it is. Add extension. It won't let me use the options. So maybe manage. No, I got no idea. Well, it doesn't seem that anyone is tuned in to raffle away anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'll use like a random number generator, because that's probably fine anyway. I don't need the extra stuff. So anyone in the next 10 minutes, actually I'll set it on my. I know what I'll do. I got this. Twitch. This one. I just received a message. It is a Facebook message. Let's see what we will do So anyone in the next 10 minutes who says so in chat, says anything in chat whatsoever, just got to say anything whatsoever in chat, will be entered into the draw for the 5 orb giveaway. Orb giveaway happening now. There we go, update information. So that's Hashmash is in the running, Abracadani is in the running for the 5 orb giveaway. So at least we have 2 people in the giveaway. Moobot is also in the giveaway, Kappa. So let's get back to watching some games. Let's see. Let's watch a Min-Maxer game, I think, again. And I'm going to no spoilers it up. So let's see. Who did Min-Maxer verse? Let's watch this one. I don't think we've seen it. No, we haven't seen it, so that's good. So we're going to watch this one. And I will turn off the no spoilers and press play. So thank you. Oh wow! Now all of a sudden there's like 20 people saying something in the Twitch chat. So we now have. I'm gonna have to manually add your names. Also, thank you, Lil Dog 6-Pack, for following. I appreciate it. So we have Little Dog 6-Pack is... No, don't ban. No ban. Control C. Okay, here we go. Little Dog 6-Pack. Sweps 5. We'll just pause this for a second. Bear with me while I manually do something. Zeus. Who else have we got? Bella 192. Hey Ashy.
Hey, what pizza do you want?
All of it, both of it. What do you mean? What?
Okay.
Put it all in there.
Alright.
Just get all that
Shove it
pizza.
all in there.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
At 0042 and Abracadani, and I think that was everyone so far, seeing as Ash isn't interested and Moobot is a Moobot. Okay, so back to the casting. To start off with, opponent Crystal Cloakers, that's a really strong play. I like it. Good positioning. Min-Maxer moves up forward, places the Katara, so he's out of range of this moving and attacking to begin with. And he has the juxtaposition for it. Since he has the juxtaposition for it, I think I would have preferred placing it maybe behind me. Or maybe over here. Let's see, he could have maybe also stepped forward. He could have stepped forward, placed the Katara here, juxted this, right, and then inner focused the Katara and stepped back and killed it. He would have had to play 3 cards. I'm not sure if he had the Spelljammer at that point. I wasn't watching, but I wouldn't have minded that play. I wouldn't have hated it from him. But you generally don't expect to see an Iceblade Dryad, because he's going to get a really nice trade here. The Moralize is on the Katara, so you know he's now got a 5/3, a 3/3, and just really strong board control. I'm not sure I like the placement of this, seeing as it is unlikely that Reaver is going to play 2 things there. I think I would have preferred this to be here. We also have DJ Whack Booty is in the running for the orbs, and thank you for following Min-Maxer. Just a friendly reminder: there's now 5 minutes left. Say anything in chat in the next 5 mins to be in the raffle for 5 orbs. So things are looking really horrible for Minmaxer right now. He's run down here, he's played the Spelljammer in this corner. His opponent then has used the Crystal Cloaker to step onto the Mana Tile, and then played two minions attacking with this and then healing it back up. So he's got a huge board advantage and some nice cards. Minmaxer has triple inner focus though, so we might see some crazy plays here, especially with the 4 Winds Magi. He gets rid of one of the inner focuses for a Phoenix Fire, but things are looking pretty dire. Generally speaking, Fae can be favoured against a Reaver, and then especially with such a strong opening, being able to remove stuff and develop so much stuff as well. I think he might have made a misplay there, not playing the 4 Winds. But I might be wrong about that. Oh no, he's doing fine because you know he can remove everything now. Phoenix Fire this, so you know things don't look too bad. He gets to draw another 2 cards. He's got the Tusk Boar if the Tusk Boar lives. Otherwise, the Crystal Cloaker has to run into the Tusk Boar. Has to choose between the Hearthseezer and the Tusk Boar. But if he has a Hearth Sister, see, is he forgetting that this has flying? I feel like he's forgetting this has flying. I don't. That placement was, I don't know, maybe he's gonna he wants to leave it up. It just seems really strange what he's doing with this. So this is nice, the Katara inner focus combo with the 4 Winds Magi as well. So he can finally get rid of this Crystal Cloaker. That's why I think he should have been attacking with the Crystal Cloaker. He might be... Okay, so he's just going to play that and then shoot that? Yeah. So he gains back some life, you know. He's not out of the game yet. He's 6 life down from his opponent, but he's managed to wrestle back board advantage. I think we both forgot it had flying. So Minmaxer, you are now in the running for the orbs. As is... Kale Vitten. Yeah, it seems strange to forget it had flying when he managed to fly it in the earlier turns. So a Cryogenesis and a Vesperic Call. Cryogenesis to remove the 4 Winds. You know, this is... He didn't actually have to use... you kind of misplayed there, Minmax. You didn't have to use the juxtaposition because he has 6 cards in hand, so it would have bounced anyway. Solarfid PogChamp is also in the winning the running for the 5 orb giveaway now. Who's winning? Dragal is winning. Dragal is currently winning. He is at rank 2, and Minmaxer is at rank 5. Yeah. Minmax is too busy watching Twitch to bother about making the right plays. So it's really interesting to see Pandora, very strong card. Let's see. What? Don't... Oh, because this is already attached. Never mind. Is that lethal? It looks like it. Yeah, lethal. So, his misplays didn't even matter. The opponent's misplays did, though. So nice work there, Minmaxer. Let's see. Solarfid might be about to play some ladder. If Dragal goes to bed, then he might be in the running to do alright. Let's see. Well, oh no, I forgot to block the spoilers. Well, here we go. So hopefully no one saw what game we're about to watch. We can watch this one. And take the no spoilers off. I really like the Flash Reincarnation Spelljammer play. You technically use 2 cards. but you get an extra card at the end of your turn, and developing a 3/3 is really nice, and you keep replenishing your hand, which in aggro decks is really strong. It does give your opponent extra draw from the start, but when you're playing an aggro deck, a lot of the time you don't care too much about your opponent's draw. Gonna drink some of my 2 liters straight out the bottle, because that's the kind of guy I am. So I think the Diatide Frenzy is what we're going to see here. Yeah, it's super strong. Oh, with a greater fortitude. This is why I like Solifid's list. He runs the Dispel for this, which would sort of conveniently remove it. Wow, okay, that is... Oh, he's going to... Holy Immolation is also going to be able to deal with this really nicely. So now, Ka's not too far behind. He's 1 life, he's got a minion on the board, you know, he's got 5 cards. Dragal's got 5 cards, but if you're Dragal right now, I still think you're feeling pretty strong. No, you don't get it. Wow. You don't get any Coke ever. How did he just Flash Reincarnation? Oh, Flash Reincarnation Macanta is always super strong. So that play just really put him in the lead there, you know. He was able to do 7 damage to his opponent and develop a minion. But Ka is good because he can... I'm not sure about that placement. I think he should have stepped back 2, placed this in front of him and pinged off this, and then placed that where it is now. I like this where it is now, but I don't like that he stays within attack range. The other thing you could have done is played around natural selection by stepping back 1 and placing that there, and then placing the ping here to ping that. So he pretty much did the worst possible placement, I think, there. Yes, Stewie. 2 people are diamond. And Stewie, you enter the... Oh no, you're too late, actually. So, after this game, I'm going to do the giveaway. So I will change this. All giveaways. So, yeah, he's just dead now, unfortunately. I think his positioning was a little bit off, being so far forward. Definitely where you want to start, once you notice that you're playing against an aggressive deck like that, and you are not in the life lead. If he was playing Argion and got into the life lead, then I think, you know, running forward was a good idea. But missing out on that, it seemed like a better idea to be running away. So we're gonna do... Okay, we'll put Stewie... no, I just don't like Stewie, so I'm joking. We'll put Stewie in there. So Stewie takes Ash's spot in the raffle. The raffle. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. So we want an RNG random number generator. And we want it between 1 and 12. Why, where, what? There we go. Max 1, min 1, max 12. And we roll, and we got 8, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So DJ Whack Booty, congratulations. You have won. Shift at DJ Whack Booty. You have won a 5 orb code. Message me on Twitch to receive your code. I will reply back and tell it what it is. If you do not message me in the next 15 minutes, then I will do another roll. Let me just see. Twitch. There we go. So, who are we going to watch? So, Jagral is in the lead at number 2. I think Amor might actually be currently coming third. Min Maxer is actually no, I think still we have Mezel G, I think, is at 7. So let's look up Mezel G because he's at 7. Who else was at 7? Super Nessic, I don't know who that is. And then there's a few people at 8. So Draco Moriarty and SS Doctor is at 8, and Draco Moriarty is also at 8. But Dragal is certainly in the lead, and Minmaxer is not too far behind, still at 5 actually. So we might watch one of his games in a second. Rigged, says Calviton. I don't think you were even in it, Calviton. Oh yes you were, there you go, you were number 10. So, but you missed out. We might do another re-roll if DJ Whack Booty doesn't message me soon. Thank you JR Vault for following, I appreciate it. So we're going to watch one of another one of Minmax's games, so no spoilers. Let's see, what's he doing? Ooh. Oh, there we go. We get to... Should we watch another one of those? No, let's watch this one. So we just wait for it to load. Oh, congrats on your Songhai ribbon, Minmaxer. Good work. So, this is probably that new Lilith list, the Variax Lilith. Again, Minmax's really aggressive list will probably do quite well against it because generally it'll be at least turn 3 or 4 before they get out Variax, and then after that they have to BBS, which makes it turn 5 or 6, and then after that they finally get to attack, which makes it turn 6 or 7 before they actually start, you know, in being in their strong area. Whereas Reaver can quite often kill you as early as turn 3, we saw in one of his games, and then sometimes like maybe around 5 or 6. So probably Reaver will kill you before you get a chance to do anything. And he's really hit the bottom of the barrel here as well, poor Endfall, because he's played the Shadow Sister Kaleno with the intention of kind of you know, being able to not get aggroed down, and it's just been instantly removed, and Reaver has been able to set up a really nice board here. Endfall does have the removal for the 2 foxes, but unfortunately that gives him a bunch of Phoenix Fires, and Phoenix Fire just generally goes crazy. So he does have board advantage. He's slightly behind on life, but not too bad. And he's not too far behind on cards, if at all. But Reaver is very likely to do Reaver things. So I'm still waiting on DJ Whackboy to message me. I might try messaging you, actually. Where are you, DJ Whackboy? DJ Whackboy. Was I wrong? He's in... There he is. Message. A whisper. Send user a whisper. Why doesn't it... I can send him a message. It won't let me send him a whisper. Okay, well that's fine. So, last turn, we saw a Shadow Dancer. Again, he's trying to gain back some life. And probably ran the... oh no, I don't know what he did with the Jaxi, with the mini Jaxi. I'm guessing he attacked something. But Minmaxer has played the Sojourner, and is making it now huge to remove the Shadow Dancer, and is drawing a card out of it. And then he's playing the Arcane Heart, the little ranged minion, and removing. So now we see like Min-Max's board advantage is really quite large now. Still no Variax from Lilith, so she's feeling kind of sad about that. There's DJ Whackboy. Or Whack Booty, sorry. And I do have your message now, which is just excellent. There you go. I will send you the code. So, here we go. That is your code. That should be for 5 orbs. If you need any help entering it, I'll just show you on the main menu afterwards. And played Sojourner. Okay, well, good work, Minmaxer. Sorry I didn't follow that. Part-time DJ, full-time booty whacker. Good work, Whack Booty. You got your code now, so like I said, you should just be able to enter that. So back to this game. Another healing minion, but again, Minmaxer has the perfect solution with the Heartseeker having a killing edge on it, and he develops the Spelljammer so we can draw some extra cards. You know, there's the Lilith's falling behind on cards. He's technically ahead on life, but he's fallen behind, way behind on board and cards. So he's struggling now. This is sometimes, I mean, I'm assuming this is the Variax Lilith. Oh no, it's not. He void steals. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. This deck, his deck might be a little bit different to what I was expecting, but quite often with Lilith decks, if you don't get your perfect combos off, they're very weak. You know, their individual cards are generally quite slightly below average, and then if it doesn't get its combos off, you're very sad about it. So he decides to leave up the mini jacks. He doesn't. Oh no, there we go. He's gonna Phoenix Fire it, and then probably. Oh, he's playing an arcane thing right there. I would think. Oh no, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say he would step back, but he's already done his movement. So again, he's got a full hand. He's got full board advantage, life advantage. At this point, I don't see the Lilith coming back at all. I'm glad you enjoyed the code. Hope you get something great off of it. Hope you enjoy the game in general as well. So he's got a whip for this range minion, but it's about 3 turns too late. He can buff up his minions using the Void Steel, which is quite nice. But I think it's too little too late. I think he might be about to just get absolutely spammed down. Inner Focus, Killing Edge, yeah, I think that's going to be lethal. Oh no, is it? Yeah, it is lethal. Well and above lethal. He's actually got quite a lot over lethal. So good work, Minmaxer. Minmaxer's really, he's been winning a lot actually, but still at rank 5. You know, he's gone in the past 2 hours. He's gone 9-1, which is an insanely high win rate. Really impressive, but still lagging behind. Just because I don't think he's playing as much. He keeps watching the stream. You should be playing more, Minmaxer. Less watching, more playing. But you will get a second place prize, assuming that maybe Amor or Solarfid has a chance to catch you, because Solarfid is an absolute machine. Depending on when Dragal as well plays, he's been doing really well. I'm just going to put the no spoilers on, and we'll watch a Dragal game. He actually played a Songhai game. He decided to play a Songhai game. So let's get to watch Dragal playing what seems to be a control Songhai as well. 2 legends, 3 epics. For some reason I thought it was one orb, but that's still pretty nice even for 5 orbs, getting that many legends and epics. So that's good dust. I like to get, because I'm trying to craft all prismatics for my decks. So his opponent does the very frustrating opener of double packs, but he's got a really decent counter. So he spent 2 cards, and his opponent, so he falls slightly behind from that. in that his opponent, if he attacks this, now he's taken 2 extra damage. But it's not too bad, especially since he has this twin strike, so he probably feels like he's not going to be too bad off. That's interesting. I actually wouldn't have minded maybe stepping back 1 square and playing, or even just staying in that 1 square there, and playing the Arcane Heart, just to get it out on the board. And he would have been, if he made my play, he would have been, air quotation marks, punished, because the Panda would have been able to remove it with the first wish, and the 2/2 would have been able to hit him for 4. So, but he is in a little bit of trouble now, without an easy way to deal with this Pando. He does have the Lantern Fox, hopefully getting some, here we go, he's gonna Phoenix Fire, and he's setting up for the Bone Reaper, so the Bone Reaper will remove it. Oh boy, we saw this played before. So he's got a Staff and a Hexblade. I don't know about that decision actually, because there's the Heartseeker there, but he has done a lot of damage. It depends what's the rest of his deck, if he thinks he can get away with removing stuff. So he's probably going to hit this and then move that and ping it. So, yeah, that Panda. Hey, Ashy.
Yeah, I want some Coke.
Oh, that's too bad. It's all my Coke. How's the pizza? It should be done by now, right?
It's on low heat, so.
You're on low heat. Ooh, a Dominate Will. Wow, that is just... Okay, this game's getting really spicy.
You're getting really spicy.
I always get really spicy. Thank you. Oh. Are you sure that pizza's not done? I can smell it. It smells good.
You got something in your hair.
Oh, can you get it?
Face me. It's on this side.
Oh.
It's cat fluff.
Cat Fluff. So he plays the Zendo to sort of defend himself from any kind of Sag damage. And it also sets up Sag to be in a little bit of trouble as well. I actually think he misplayed here. I think he should have shot this with the Blood Tear, definitely. And then he would have been a little bit better off in that he wouldn't have to deal with the 4-attack Zendo. And he's actually just going to be dead now, right? Because double killing edge on this is gonna kill him. If he had left up the Arcane Heart, he still would have taken 9 damage. Oh, he still would have been... Oh no, he would have been 1 off lethal, because he would have taken 9 damage from the little Hearth Sister, and then 3 damage from the Phoenix Fire, so he would have been on 1 health. And I think, relatively speaking, it's easier to deal with, like, it's not too hard to deal with that little Hearth Sister, even if it does get quite big. You're cornering your opponent, you've got this Bone Reaper coming in, you know, it's not the end of the days. So I think that was a misplay, what he did. You know, having a 12 attack Zendo is just going to ruin your day. I think it was just dangerous in general to leave the Zendo up, because not only could the Zendo technically deal damage, but then he could have played like a... there's just a bunch of things that just ruin your day when you leave the Zendo up. You want to remove Zendo as quickly as possible. So Dragal, we're going to not do the spoilers, we're going to have a look at him. So he's been doing a 70% win rate. He actually lost one to Min-Maxer. So Min-Maxer's main aim in life seems to be stopping this event from finishing. Even though the last game before that, Dragal managed to win it. So at this rate, assuming that he is, you know, at least, I think he's at least 1 thing in, it'll probably take him about, let's see, probably take him about 16 more games, so probably 2 or 3 more hours before Dragal manages to get to finish it. He's been doing really well. Some other players, we might watch someone else for a little bit. Solifid joins the event, unfortunately, almost about 10 hours too late. I think if he had joined it even just a couple of hours earlier, he would have been in the running, because Solifid just does spam a lot of games. Amor seems to be slowly ranking up. I really like him. Is he still playing Ooh, he just went versus Dragao. But he's still been playing Vitruvian and doing really well, actually. So let's watch one of his games. I think he I think he's streaming himself, so he might not. Yeah, if you want to watch his games, you can watch his stream. So, not that I would suggest not watching my stream. Who are we going to watch? Anyone in Twitch got any suggestions for who you want to watch? We've been watching pretty much just the same two people, back and forwards, Min-Maxer and Jagal, so might be nice to try someone else for a bit. Let's watch some of Solifid's games, because Solifid is doesn't really stream ever, but he's definitely he finishes rank 1 on the ladder quite often. So let's watch him play Linar. This is 90% likely the no Rise of the Bloodborne spell Linar, so I think we'll watch a couple of these games. Running the Lightbender, I really like it. Sojourner, also a strong card, as we saw in Reaver games a lot. Definitely Holy Immolation is basically like a 4-mana version of Macanta Warbeast. And Lakian. I think Lakian, it's really interesting, right? So for 4 mana, you could... Oh, here we go. It's a... So he's got the answer to Mechazor straight off the board, which is great. You know you're going to be able to deal with it. And also, the Sojourner is going to get a lot of draws, most likely, off of the Wings of... Oh, never mind, because he makes the attack. It's not going to... It's probably... If this attack's in the face, then he doesn't get any bonus off of it, but he might want to take this square with the Wings of Mechazor. Yep, he's taken the square. He's taken it twice. Ooh, nice. I think, actually, that was a misplay. I think he did the best he could there, really. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Smash. So we're just going to let this game run out its course, and Smash and I are going to talk about Oath versus Lakian. Now, technically speaking, they both draw you 3 cards, right? Now you might think, wait, what? No, they don't. Like, Lakian only draws you 2 cards. But Lakian draws you a 2/4 for 0 mana, right? Oath does heal 3 life, so you can say, oh, well, then Oath draws 4 cards. But it kind of draws 3 cards, and then it also draws 0 mana, gain 3 life, draw a card, right? So basically a 0 mana shield block. But the thing about Oath is that you lose tempo, you lose huge amounts of tempo. Whereas with Lakian, a 2/4 is a good play for 2 mana, and an okay play for... Okay, here we go. Oh wow, Second Wish, that is really nice. He can really establish some amazing stuff here. Oh, it doesn't have... It got silenced by the Lightbender. Silly me. Did he just not attack... Oh, because it's been dispelled. Silly me again. I think he forgot that it had been dispelled. Oh, wow. The Holy Immolation is going to set things up nicely. He clears the board. Very strong. So, yeah. If you Oath on 4 mana, or, you know, even like 5 mana, you basically do nothing. You skip your turn. Now, you draw some cards and gain some life, so it's not the end of the world, but you're not developing anything on the board. Whereas with Lakian, you're playing either a good 2 mana play, or a good... like an okay 3 mana play, and then especially if you're playing it for 4 mana, or you're playing it onto a mana tile, which you can't do with Oath. You know, you can have a 4/4 when you're 4 mana, and then your opponent, because of Argion's spell, and then your opponent, and then you also, you know, you played a 4/4 for 4 that drew you 2 cards, which is an amazing, you know, playing a 4/4 for 4 is okay. You don't fall behind too much, but you know, drawing those 2 cards, you know, then you can also play maybe like a slow, or, you know, if you have, like, you know, you're just refilling your hand. So I think Lakian is the right thing to pick over Oath, even though Oath is an insanely good card. The exception to that is in control decks and slower decks, which just is not ready for this meta. If we see some nerfs to some really like fast cards, like slow. If slow gets slowed down, maybe make it a 1/2 or make it cost 1 mana and stuff like that. Then I could see, I could definitely see Oath being better than Lycaon. But right now, Lycaon, I've discounted this whole time the randomness of Lycaon, and I've had this discussion before, and I might even write an article about it. Is that as often that you get useless cards like Sunstone Bracer or Beam Shock that you know, Aerial Rift, that technically don't do anything for you, or like, oh, I can't use this card. Just as often as you get those and they're useless, they're actually quite often super useful. You know, like I said, maybe you've got 4 mana and you go, okay, I'll play my Lycaon onto the mana tile, and you get a Draining Wave to remove their you know, their 3 or 4 drop, and all of a sudden your Lycaon that originally, you know, has like supposed to slow you down tempo wise, your card draw, has actually like gained you huge board advantage. Your 4 mana has developed a 2/4 and removed their 4 mana play and given you a card. I mean, technically you've lost some life to it, but when you're playing an aggro deck, quite often you losing life is not as big a deal as you gaining board advantage. Yeah, if you think of Oath as a 6-drop, you know, like you're playing basically, let's say a 4/3 for 6 that gains you 3 life and draws you 2 cards. And then if you think of Lycaon as a 6-drop, I don't know what you're doing with your other 2 mana. I would think of it as a 5-drop, a 4/4 for 5 that draws you 2 cards. Then I think Lycaon's better. Yeah, well, if you're playing if you're playing combo decks or slow decks, then I would agree that that it's better. But let me drink it first. But in your mid-range aggressive decks or tempo decks, I think Lycaon's much better. Yes, I do. Have you got it?
It's in the oven. I'm just gonna
get it out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
On a plate.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have one of each, and then just whatever you don't want.
Well, I don't want any of the Supreme, so you can have all of them.
Okay, well that's fine. But can I have at least one of the other 2s as well?
Please.
You can have please. You can have You can have all of the whatchamacallit one if you want.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The one that I ordered.
Yeah.
Drink. People don't want to hear us talking about pizza.
Are you kidding? People love hearing things about pizza.
Alright.
Social eating is actually a stream that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's dumb, isn't it?
It's about to happen, so...
2-drop plus Lycaon on 6 is okay. See, I come from Hearthstone, right, where there literally is a 4/4 for 5 that draws you a card, and that's a fine 5 mana play. And I think like Duelist is very similar, except instead of just drawing 1 card, it draws you 2, and then quite often you can play the slow as well. Yeah, how does Solarius? Solaris is, again, I think used to be it was the old Oath, because instead of healing 3 life, you play a it used to be, you know, you'll play a 4/3, or you play a 3/3 and draw 2 additional cards, whereas now you play a 4/3, draw 3 cards, so you're basically, you know, because you're playing one, you're basically playing a 4/3 that heals you for 3 and draws 2 cards. The difference being that Solarius is ongoing and a must remove, but also you're less likely to use it to body block. So Oath is now much better than Solarius. It's also, you know, more flexible in that you can play, say, Oath plus a 5 mana, so for example an Ironcliffe, or Oath plus a 3 mana, so you know, you can play your taunts or other such removal. Oh yeah, we did write for the same website. Sorry, Smash. So back to watching the Race to S rank. I'm gonna put up the no spoilers screen, and we might watch one of Jagal's recent games.
Pizza.
Oh fuck yes, pizza! Thank you, baby. I love you.
You're welcome. I love you.
Oh, here we go. So I'll take the spoiler off, and you guys get to watch me eat pizza as well. Oh, it's hot. Oh. So Intellect present knows what's up with pizza. Huh. Wow. So the old Pax starting hand, let's go over it a little bit. He got a little bit unlucky with where the Pax moves to, because there's a 50-50 chance, as far as I can tell, that it moves here, and a chance that it moves here. So he doesn't get this mana tile, assuming that he has a 4-drop that he wants to play. Meanwhile, Dragal's decision was just the Entropic Gaze. He definitely doesn't want a natural selection this. He doesn't want a Tiger either. Those are both bad plays. So really, his only option was to do nothing or play the Entropic Gaze. And if that's your options, then you definitely play the Entropic Gaze. So it's not a bad play. Oh. Wow. I don't like this placement. I think you should put it here. Because now the Pax is not going to hit Vath, so... Oh. He plays the Young Silthar there anyway. Gains 3 viewers while snack. Yeah. Basically, people like food. Oh, he's using it to remove this. Dunecaster, nice. So Moore's like in a really nice position now. Even if his opponent Plasma Storms, he still has to hit this and go down to 13. He has fallen behind on cards though. Yeah, but well, the problem with the Pax there, Smash, was it was still gonna die. Oh, it was gonna die. Plasma Storm. Anyway. Oh god, I'm dying. That's the do not try to breathe your food. So here the Plasma Storm's just gonna ruin his day. Basically, the Earth Sphere was a really strong play by Dragal. So this Plasma Storm just kind of like really sets up a huge advantage. I think I'm all kind of slightly overextended. I'm surprised more vets don't play Lycaon, as we were talking about before, but I think the problem is vet has a lot of really situational crappy cards, a lot more than any other faction, so... Because yeah, last turn I think Lycaon would have been better than the Obelisk that he played instead. No, I meant that the Pax is going to die to... Like, as in, even... Because Dragal's just going to step forward and hit it. Or, like, you know what I mean? He's going to run forward and hit that Pax, or he's going to remove it with something else before Plasma Storming, 9% of the time. Uh-oh, what should we play in here more? Another one? No? A Whispers? There we go. He can remove it. I was worried he couldn't remove it. So, is that lethal yet? Ah, that's lethal. Oh man. That Flash Macanta. Flash seems like such a broken card. Flash Reincarnate. That's how you win games. Flashing Macantas all day long. So watch another game of Min-Maxer. But it's good to see Dragal keeping it up. I don't think we had seen this one yet. Yeah, Thumbing Wave is also pretty broken. Did he play? I think he played. We've seen Zway Wing a lot today, so I don't know what rank Zway Wing. So I might try adding him actually. How do you spell that? Zway Wing. Did I spell that right? Zway Wing. Add friend. There we go. As I was saying before about the packs, stepping forward onto that mana tile. And then this time the Iron Dervishes spawned in a really good position. Not perfect, I think he might have wanted one here. What is he healing? Oh, nothing. Oh, he can go crazy with his hand here. I think I would too. I think that was wrong. I think he should have hit his general into... Oh no, because he has to run away from this. I'm surprised he only played one mask. He didn't attack with it. So that was really weird from mid-match. Okay. So you lagged. I didn't notice. But I would have liked to have played both Blood Rage masks and done the attack. I think you would have done an extra 3-7 damage. But yeah, things aren't looking great at this point. Not gonna lie. Things are looking pretty rough for you right now. Another mask. Oh. Oops. I honestly don't think that it would have mattered at this point, that 7 damage, because you're in such a rough situation. Or maybe equipping the mask was right, especially the second mask, because you could have done a bunch of extra damage as well. You know, he could have done an extra 3 damage last turn, so he'd be on like 10 right now, might be running away. Wow, just past turn. I'm guessing you were lagging it still? Yeah, things are looking quite poor. So, at this point though, it seems that Minmax's plan, he's playing to his outs, that's for sure, and his out is to just drop all his hand in one super strong turn. Unfortunately for him, that's not going to work. So, he seems pretty much just dead here. Yeah, this is just, it's really sad what's going on. He did manage to get rid of the Autarch's gift, so it's not game over yet. Silhouette Tracer. Oh, so that you can kill the 4-wins. This is sometimes something that happens when you're playing Reaver, is you get stuck with a bunch of situational cards in your hand, or he can make a huge Katara is nice though. The Sile's second wish on the tombstone is huge as well. That just Min-Maxer can't move. He can't get general attacks, so he's taking 2 damage every single turn. 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. So Interesting that he chooses to step here, so that if there's any way... Thank you, baby.
What's that?
If there's any way for him to deal with this, he's just dead. You know, if there's a juxtaposition. I think that was a misplay. But I don't think it's going to end up mattering. Ooh, wow, look at this. He might be coming back. He does have quite a body block there. No, never mind. Yeah, if you draw a Jux, you win that game. It's really sad that you didn't. He didn't get punished for some of it. I think he made some misplays there, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Marinudes makes it to 10. Jugal's at 1. So close. Get him. So, even though we probably know we're about to watch a winning game, seeing as that he's at rank 1, I'll put the no spoilers on. Oh wow, he decides to play another Reaver game, and it's against our mate, Zay Wing. Did he end up adding us? No. Feels bad, man. He's really close now. Yeah, I tried to add Zay Wing, but either he's done or he doesn't want any of our business, or maybe maybe he's got Do Not Disturb on. A lot of players have Do Not Disturb so they don't get harassed by friend requests. How do I spell it? Oh, that's a W. All these W's. Zay Wing. So if anyone knows Zay Wing, or if Zay Wing's watching, please add us in game, humans. I'm not! I spell it right. Don't listen to her. I spelled it right. That's why it said friend request sent. Okay. So the tombstone comes out. And you run this down and now it's got +1 attack. There's one way to deal with a tombstone. Hit it for 8. Ooh, and a pyromancer. Oh, Twin Strike's a beautiful play here. You could Lantern Fox or Arcane Heart, but I think, yeah, Lantern Fox is probably better. And this Puppy Dragon's really put in work, you know. I think it's... How many times has it given off attack? 1, 2, like... I think it's basically been like a 5-4 for 2. What? How did he... Oh, Psychic Conduit, he got it earlier. I was very confused how he managed to get a Phoenix Fire, but he got it from the Psychic Conduit. I worked it out. I'm not sure if that placement is correct. If maybe he should have done this one here and Phoenix Fired this. I'm not sure. Because the problem is now, right, he established a really strong board control, right? But his opponent is Reaver with teleportation spells and ranged minions And he's now sort of sitting all the way over the other side of the board, kind of like, oh, I'll get ya. Oh, and for 8 mana he just plays a 4 mana minion. That's gonna... Looks like he's game over. See, the Zendo here seems like a great idea. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. He's just ruined now. Zendo is amazing. That was very impressive. You know, it's not that hard to work out the play, but it's still very impressive to have, you know, the setup to be able to basically hit your opponent for 14 with a minion, you know, a 4 mana minion that then also gives you the tombstone as well. But unfortunately for him, now he's dead. Yep. He knew he was dead. He knew it was game over. So Min-Max is still playing. I think he said he had a good game against it was Min-Maxer, right? Yeah, a good one against Amor. So we can watch that. I'll just shove on the no spoilers. Yeah, Zendo, I agree. Zendo is a really cool card. Although Zendo makes you a little bit salty. Not that the card itself is really nice, but the fact that it's a... I feel like everyone else got a good Grandmaster except Vanna. Vanna's Grandmaster is just trash. It's not a good card in any way, shape or form. It's overcosted by at least 1, if not 2 mana. The effect is really boring and RNG. Like I just have so many bad things I can say about the Vanna Grandmaster. But I like the other 3 Grandmasters, I think, or 4 Grandmasters. I think they're really interesting. They have fun effects, and they seem quite strong too. So he starts off with the Lantern Fox since he has the juxtaposition. He puts it in that placement there. The Pax is slowly marching across the board, and now Amor is really setting up his SimCity, as people like to say. But it looks like the Lantern Fox is going to be rampaging through his city like a great monster. Godzilla smashing buildings down. There's a First Wish coming out. It's not fine though, Smash, because it's overcosted. Like, the effect is only worth 3 or 4 mana, the body's only worth 3 or 4 mana, and then combined, you know, they're costing you, they're making you pay 8 mana. So compared to other 8 mana, like, you know, there's just better Pandora and what's it called? Meltdown are neutral cards, and they're both better. Even the Provoke that gives all your minions 1/1 Provoke minions. There's just so many better. It's just so many better big cost minions. You know what I mean? Even for 6 mana, you've probably got better stuff. Like even Zenrui, Bone Reaper. So things aren't looking great for... Well, I mean, I think things are pretty tight here. He wants to be able to get rid of this. Unfortunately, he's going to give Min-Max 2 draws. This Pax has been running around the board all game, which has not been great. And he does kind of have him cornered in a way, and he's got his Obelisk out. He's not too far behind in cards or board, so I think it is quite close. The Pax continues to run around in circles. This is a problem with battle pets that you'll have, is that your opponent can give you a really hard time. So he manages to remove the 4 wins, which is nice. I don't know about this. I think this placement was wrong. I think it should have been over here or up here even. I can see why he did it though. It's just problematic where it is. Oh, he had to do it for the mana tile. Okay, so he's going ham now. He's trying to close out the game. But yeah, this is problematic now because this can't even attack. So if he could attack, he would be in a lot better position. And he got an unlucky dervish spawn too. I think the only spot that the dervish couldn't attack him and remove this mask. And that's lethal. Because if he could have been able to remove that mask, that dervish spawn and the placement of the 5 mana guy, I think, was a bit off, and he suffered because of it. And see, the problem is, right, let's look at Vanna. Actually, we'll go to neutral first and then go back. So Grandmaster Embla, even Drogalord, or I suppose not Drogalord, it's pretty terrible, but Ancient Grove is just better. You know, it's high stats, it has provoke, and it has an effect on all your minions, right? This is an RNG effect. It costs an extra mana, which can be huge. It's got a smaller body, and then, you know, the thing that it does, it doesn't need minions, it doesn't need setup, but it's just not, like, it's not effectual. The walls are too random. We would need there to be Vanna walls that are better than 3/3s or 0/1 provokes or just plain 0/2s. Or we would need some kind of 1 mana make your walls better in some broken way, which would just make the rest of Vanna broken. Now, if we look at things, I've seen Blood Tora used better in Fae, and especially now that you have Shroud, you can use Blood Tora better as a big minion. Zuriel even gets you a bunch more value. Redzinja, Pandora, Meltdown, even Grail Master. If you spawn this with a bunch of walls, you'll get like a Flying Frenzy ranged, you know, a bunch of amazing abilities. Dark Nemesis is still even better than Embla. Yeah, even with Kara BBS though, it's not enough. I just don't think the card is good enough. Basically, like Zenrui's better, will get you a better, you know, board state for cheaper. Even Ruby Rifter, not so much. Gage, Jack's True Sight. I mean, if you're looking for something as a finisher, Jack's True Sight is the classic. You know, you're not going to be able to step away from the mini Jaxes that it spawns. They're going to be there. Bone Reaper. These are all cards that are just better. Even Archon Spellbinder, even though it's just a body, the effect is really strong, and it costs 2 less mana, so it's more likely to get out. So I don't see it being played in a tournament deck for like many months. There would have to be a metagame change and several better cards being nerfed. And considering right now, literally every other Grandmaster, the Liner Grandmaster, even at 7 mana, we'll see some play because of its amazing effect and its huge body. You know, imagine if Embla was a 5/12, it would definitely see play then. You know, you get this huge body as well as the effect. We were just talking about how good Zendo is. Zendo's a really interesting, fun card. You know, the Nosh Rack we were talking about, how it has an instant effect, a bigger body, and also blast and flying. The thing is, yeah, it's not just that you die the turn you play it, but even if it lives, like, it doesn't help you survive that much, and even if it lives, and so do the walls, like, it's still not a guaranteed win, is the problem. And it costs, you know, like I keep saying, 8 mana, it's overcosted. You know, even Variax, who pretty much sets up the win for you, right, costs 7 mana. So I think if Embla costed maybe 5, I mean not 5, if it costed 7, then I could see it being played. If it had a bigger body, like a 7-7 or like a 6-8 or something, you know, really threatening, you know, even like 8-4 or something like that, it would be played. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a Grandmaster. It's a big card, and like I just have to keep saying over and over again, I cannot emphasize enough how overcosted it is. If they nerf the mana cost by 2, then it would be like broken on par with like I'm trying to think of other like the Abyssian card, Revenant and Variax, you know, and Vorpal Reaver. If they made it cost 6 mana, then it would be like instantly there would be decks played around this. Kara would play this, would play the crap out of it. Hey Harpu, how you doing? At 7 mana, it would see some play. I can imagine it being, people would think, oh, do I want to, what big creature do I want to put in? I'll put in one Embler because it might work. It's just, it's too much. It costs too much, and the body is too small. So, well, I mean, see, the thing is, you say, like, it needs to be busted, though. I mean, do you consider, like, Spectral Revenant and Variax to be busted? I would call those cards busted, like, brokenly strong. Same with Vorpal Reaver is busted, you know. Like, the Vitruvian Grandmaster is technically, like, broken, right? Because you basically are getting a 5-mana card, Starfire Scarab, right? Adding a huge ability to it, something that should cost like at least 2 or 3 mana just the turn it's played, let alone like persistent, and then giving it flying as well. It has blast and flying, and an extra health than the 5-mana playable card. So it's just like, the problem with this ability on the Vanar Grandmaster is, like I said, it's costed at like 4 mana, and the body is costed at 4 mana, and putting them together at 8 mana, that's like it's not great. I don't think it would be better than Revenant at all. I do not think it would be better than Revenant. It would be playable. It would see some play, but it definitely wouldn't be better than Revenant. Revenant is just insane. You're forgetting that Revenant does like 10 damage for 7 mana and develops a body, generally speaking, that's like a 6-2 or a 6-4, that then itself, if you try to remove it with minions, does an extra 4 damage. So sometimes you'll be getting like 20 damage out of a Revenant. It is not uncommon to get 20 damage out of a Revenant. And I cannot see a world where you would get 20 damage out of Embler over 2 turns. Or it's still even only over 1 turn, so that's just, I could rant about how bad Embler is all day long. So let's watch, has Dragal, oh, Dragal's in the queue, let me just, no spoilers it up. Let's see, we watched that game, so let's watch this one. He's decided to switch back to Vath. And this time around, he's against someone in silver, so this seems like it's probably going to be an easy win. He's got the turn 1 natural selection, and then if his opponent doesn't play anything, he can Entropic Gaze, burning a card of his opponent's, which is just super strong. Like, look at this, right? 2 mana, deal 4 damage to the opponent's general, draw a card. That's really nice. So, it's really sad for a Lilith deck not to have a turn 1 play. He is a silver player, and it seems like he's gotten unlucky. It is also the first day of the season, so this silver player might be just someone who's gotten lucky to get up to this point. And his turn 2 play is super average as well, especially when answered with a Macanta Warbeast. He's managed to... See, this is something I was talking about, right? Macanta, he's flashed Macanta here. You can't flash Macanta, you can't flash an Embler, right? It's very difficult to ramp out an Embler. And then you can ramp out in Lilith and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to ramp out. So he's flashed a Macanta, he's done 4, he's done 4 damage to the enemy general, removed his opponent's card, and developed a 4-1. Now let's compare that to Embler. Embler did even if you could flash it out, Embla would have been like even lackluster, like relatively lackluster there. You know what I mean? Like one, I don't know. I don't like. This is a huge tempo play that leaves a body on the board, whereas something like Embla, like it just makes some walls. You know what I mean? Like if he Emblered here, he might be able to remove a bunch of the walls with his 1/1 minions, and then sure you'd have a 5/5 body. But the thing is, if you're playing against Lilith, most likely there's some Deathwatch stuff which would all trigger. And I think that you would have, you know, probably either like a huge Wraithling, or you would have, you know, gained a bunch of life, or, you know, just a bunch of bad things would have happened for you. Even there playing Embla, which is at 4 mana. So he's got the nice reply with the Sphere of Darkness. I think this Blood Moon Priestess placement was off. You definitely want to place it down here. Like that is just, you're giving your opponent the chance to remove it for free. That's not a good play. And then he manages to then hit his opponent for 5 life down to lower health. Okay. And then does he have ooh, Inkhorn Gaze. That's not too bad. So he's kind of getting back into the game. This Wraithling probably gonna, or is he gonna body block? He might be body blocking because he's terrified of taking the damage. I think that's fine. And Smash, my point about Noshrak being better than Embla isn't that, yeah, you know, for sure, Vanar probably has better definitely has better cards on average than Vitruvian, but the problem is, like, I'm just frustrated that Vanar gets like a crappy Grandmaster, and I did compare it to neutral cards as well, and said those neutral cards are unlikely to get played. So I understand why he has to place this here like this, but it's going to die to you just died to Macanta, so it's a turn 5 lethal for Drugal, pushing him ever closer to the S rank. Let's see, how's Solifid still not quite out of 10 yet? If we finish loading, ever, there it is. And then now we get to load match history. Forever. We might do another orb giveaway soon, actually. I'll do an orb giveaway. I'll put that in my title. So let's see. Dashboard. Oh, finally this loads. So he's doing some good work with Lionar, but decided to switch out for a Abyssian game. So we'll watch that while I set up the here we go. Right now. Chat right now. I'll just speed this up. So he's playing some Cass. Update information. And then back here, anyone who says anything in chat over the next, well, let's see, 10 minutes? 11 minutes. 11.21 minutes. Will be in the entry for 5 Spirit Orb code. So, say anything in the chat. I will already include you, Kung Fu Dojo and Intellect present. So I'll just copy that through now. Well, you didn't have to say boobs, but thanks for that. Intellect present as well. No, you don't have to say literally. Well, okay. People are saying literally anything. At says rigged. Really? He Alcuin's the Warbird. That is definitely a misplay, and his placement there was wrong too. So Zeus just, that was shameful from Zeus. I don't know what to say about that. Kung Fu Dojo we already have. Zeus. Oh. Control C. Control V. Wow, there's a lot of people here now. JR Volt. His decision to copy the Warbird was wrong, and he hasn't dealt with this Shadow Sister either. I don't know if he just doesn't have a way to deal with it, but leaving up a Shadow Sister in this matchup is just going to give you a horrible time. You know, look at this. You're playing an aggro deck and your opponent's on 7 more life than you and has board control, so Zeus is really suffering right now. Let's see, who are we up to? I mean, not Zeus. Well, yeah, Zeus. I don't know how else to say that. Elemosen? So this game is done. They're just going through the motions now. I'm just copying out some names. Crits matter. Well, there's so many of you. I should have done the thing that does it automatically. There's a lot more people than there were before. No, you don't get to win again, DJ Wackboy. I'm sorry. Done with life. Did I copy you? Yes, I did. And smash. Smash, if you get the orbs, I can either re-roll again, or I can give it to you, and then you can give it to someone else. Yep, like JR Volt said. I think I already got Elemosen, yep. And Intellect present I have. Okay, so I finally have everyone, there we go. So this Vanar player is certainly still like holding on and just doesn't want to give up. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I really like that Concealing Shroud can be dispelled. I think I don't think that card's OP, and I think it should stay the way it is. Finally has an Enfeeble for that 1/1, but he's super dead now regardless, and a Chromatic Cold. Shut up, Smash. You don't tell me what to do. So there we go. He finally gives up with one card in hand and his board clear. So we'll watch another Dragao game. Or did Dragao log off? No, there we go. Okay, so spoilers on. Or off, rather. Wow, he is doing... I think Dragao's going to have it almost in record time. Yeah, it would be busted then. I think Enfeeble might be a little bit busted for 3 mana. I'm not entirely sure. It just seems a little bit gross. Now, I'm assuming, right, that nerfs happen in the mid-month patch. This month, there's going to be a mid-month patch, and there should be some nerfs to some cards. Now, right now, I actually think the meta is relatively balanced per each faction. Things are really close, things are relatively skill-based. There is a lot of annoying draw things that happen, but it's in the minority. You know, the 10 or 20% of games you lose to RNG. But the vast majority of times, you know, it's really difficult to play the game perfectly, and skill can decide games a lot more than RNG does, right? So I think this meta is actually relatively good. With that said, there is a bunch of busted cards. We'll just talk about this game for a second. Dragao's definitely going to try and remove both these Rancors. He's only taking 1 damage from this straight up, and then probably going to end up taking another 4. So he takes 5 damage from the 2 Rancors, but does 3 damage to his opponent. So it's not the end of the world, you know. He's down 2 life, but he did get a card advantage out of it. Wow, we're seeing the Flameblood Warlock and a Tectonic Spikes. Oh, so he's going to actually take a bunch of damage from this. So it's going to hit him now, take him down to 8. Wow, this is looking really desperate for him right now. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to play that. He is just going to heal back up, which actually evens the playing field quite a bit. He does have card advantage. Well, oh, whoops. Oh my god. Actually, what we're going to do... Okay, here we go. We'll watch that... We'll put the smaller screen back up again. I'm sorry, everyone. This was the game we were watching, I think. Nice gameplay. Okay, there. So I've already commentated this part, so you know everything that happens here, so I'm not going to commentate it again. We'll talk about Enfeeble being broken. I'm sorry about that, guys. I watched Dragaul firsthand and now I'm ranked 12. What's your account, Elimoson? I didn't see you in the list. So I'm just gonna say as well, the Flash Sunsteel into natural selection was really strong for Dragaul getting that natural selection. So, Enfeeble, right? At 4 mana, I think it would be a little bit more balanced. Now, like I said, I kind of assume there's going to be other balance changes. Things like Magmar has some really gross stuff, like I feel could do with some tweaking. And I also think even Lionar still has some stuff that's been problematic for a long time. Slow, I think, could do with some tweaking. And then we're going to look at Reaver. I think Reaver could do with some tweaking as well. So I think if you were going to hit something for Vanna, you would hit Enfeeble. I think would make it more fair. So just if we hit all of the top factions, Lionar, Magmar, Songhai, and Vanna, and I think Enfeeble would be the healthiest thing to hit, because it's really, you know, it stops you wanting to play big creatures against, or even useful creatures against Vanna, because they're too easily removed with Enfeeble. So I think it's slightly unhealthy for the game. But I like big removal, you know, especially situational removal cards like that. So he plays the old Decimus into Seeking Eye. Oh, he does have a 1 mana thing, Blood Tear. I was about to say I would have liked to have seen him just block the mana tile here, but I think playing this is fine. He's going to be able to remove it with the War Beast, so I think actually playing this here might have been okay. And not just okay, but better. He would have done technically an extra 2 damage to the opposing general, which could have been lethal, you know? He answers with his own War Beast. And then Dragaul might just have lethal now. Or a flash. Young Silithar. Oh, why did he attack? Well, I suppose now he can't elucidate her. But it doesn't matter because he gets the Saber Spine Thumping Wave for the lethal. I think Slow could deal, like, I think depending on how hard you hit everyone, Slow could do with being a 1-3 or a 1-2. It seems like such a 1-3 seems like such an insignificant nerf. But it's like, it's meaningful. It is definitely meaningful. I think making it a 0-4 would be bad, especially assuming that it doesn't attack when it has 0 attack, because then it would be harder to remove. Okay, so I forgot everyone. We're going to do the orb giveaway now. Let's see. How long ago was it? Okay, so I had Smashed. Done with life was the last one I got up to. And so to 9:45. Kung Fu Dojo, did I get you? I don't think I did. So Kung Fu Dojo, also thank you for the follow if you're still watching. I'll just slot you in there. Where are we? Batista is also in the raffle. Let's see. Acetus is in the. There is no command for it. It's all manual because I'm terrible at Twitch. I should read a guide. Let's see. Have I got at 0042? Yes, I do. Alimosin, do I have you? I do. Ninth Ghost, if you're still watching. Let's see. I think I have everyone now. Ow! Ghost Creep, you're 1 minute too late. Same with you, Legend of Nelda. You are 1 minute too late to the raffle. But I'll include you, because I'm a generous god. So, Legend of Nelda and Ghost of the Creep. Hello everyone, and if you're wondering who is winning, currently Dragal is winning. He's rank 1, he's very close. I think he's rank 1 in a few stars, so Dragal is winning. And so is Minmax is not winning. Well, he's winning games, but he's been on rank 5 for a while now. I don't think he plays. He's been playing really slowly, taking it easy, but he'll be coming in second, so he'll get a prize too if Dragal finishes sometime soon. And thank you, Ghost of the Creep, for following. And now it is time for the orb giveaway. Orb giveaway. So let's see, how many entrants do we end up getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 people. And the result is 12. So 1, 2, Acetus, you are the winner. At Acetus, congratulations on your 5 orbs. Just message me through Twitch to receive your 5 orb code. If you don't message me in the next 15, oh well, there we go. I'll just message it to you now. Let's see. How do I do this? Actually, if you could message me, that would be great. And then I will just copy paste it to you. It would be super easy instead of I have to do a bunch of other business to try and get it to you. So just message me now, Acetus, if you're hearing me. Click on my name and click send whisper. Acetus, send me a whisper. Oh, there he goes. He did it, so I don't have to explain it to you. And then I will reply with your code. There you go. So yes, we did our 5 orb giveaway. There will be more later on. Probably I will give out a couple when Dragal hits S rank. And then I'll be giving a 5 orb giveaway to second place, Minmaxer, at the moment, assuming that no one else catches up to him. Let's see. How's Marinud's doing still a bit slow. Amor's probably 3rd place, so I might even give him a prize. But technically he's not 3rd place. I think technically Mezelgi is 3rd place, but Mezelgi's not on. If he logs on and starts playing, I might give him a 3rd place prize, but we'll see. You have a great new year too, Acetus, and it's my pleasure to give away stuff to the community. This whole experience was almost like a game of Duelist. That's a bad mindset. Limosin, you should. It's never RNG. It's all skill. All skill. So let's watch. Let's see. Let's watch another Min-Maxer game. I'm gonna throw on the spoilers again. And ooh, this will be interesting. This is exciting. So, Argion, like I was saying, very strong deck. Min-Maxer. I usually like to keep Juxtaposition, but I think I would have kept the Juxtaposition over the Killing Edge. I think, but I can see arguments for keeping Killing Edge. I just think Juxtaposition's such a good tempo card, especially when you have the Spelljammer that you know you're likely to play 2nd turn. And yes, Dragal is playing an Agromar deck. I might get him to give us the deck list once he hits S rank, and I'll probably get him in a Skype conversation as well. This game was terrible. Sorry, Min-Maxer. I always watch your worst games, don't I? Oh, what's he doing now? I don't understand. Wow, 5 mana? What's he dropping for 5 mana? Ironcliff Art! And an Aegis Barrier! Holy molies! That is just... that is a turn, people! That was considerable. I was impressed. He can remove it though, which is impressive. Phoenix Fire? Oh no, you can't Phoenix Fire it. Feels bad, man. Or you can, I don't think you inner focus it. You do inner focus it. No, don't hit it! No! Oh! You could have gotten so much better stuff off of that, I think. I would have left it up. You do get kind of screwed by some things there though. Oh, another Ironcliff. You would be so sad right now. But at least, again, you can remove it. You can Killing Edge plus Phoenix Fire to remove it, and you're going to be okay. I think I would be more scared of a, less scared of a Trinity Oath here, and more scared of a Lakian, as we were discussing earlier, in a tempo style deck. Because, again, Trinity Oath, like, he skips his whole turn, pretty much, right? Like, he just Trinity Oaths and then does nothing. But a Lakian, he puts a 4/4 on the board and refills his hand. So... oh, Artlight Regalia is also very nice. What's he playing for 1 mana behind him? Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, he's just gone really aggressive though, and giving Min-Maxer a really hard time right now. I think you do want to body block. Okay. Yeah, you want a body block here. And then I think you want to play this down here and have a chance. You want to run down here and play that. Yeah. I don't think that's too bad. Actually, I think he should have played this here to play around a silence. But he might just be dead at this rate. Surely not. What's he doing? Okay. Tempest? Nothing. 5 mana do nothing. Okay, so this gives him a chance to have something nice. Yep, put that on there. And I think you play the Lantern Fox as well, actually. Or maybe, actually, no, you play the... Oh. I don't know about this. If you're going to make that attack, I think you should have used the Arcane Heart as well. Hey, thanks for reading 9 Moons, Rusty Can. And also, at 0042, thank you for following. I missed you before. What did he use to get rid of that? Oh, the ping. I really think his previous turn, there was definitely a misplay there. Actually, what the misplay was he should have attacked with the Spelljammer first, right? That knocks off one. Then he can Killing Edge this, and it knocks off another one, and then he attacks with it and it knocks off another one, right? So then he would have gotten rid of this. So this would have taken 2 less damage, and it would have drawn him a card then. So he certainly 100% he misplayed there. And I think he would have. I think that is actually a game punishing misplay. Because him still having this on, you know, that extra life, like all those things are going to add up. This, you could make this a this would be a 5/5 to remove this. So then he could remove it, draw another card. He would have been on 16. Like, he probably wouldn't even have made this attack. So this probably would have been, you know, like a 5/7 or whatever. He would have, you know, not had this thing to block him. You could use this to hit him again for some damage. You know, you could just do so much more stuff that I think if you hadn't misplayed this, I love you, Min-Maxer, and I think, you know, you're one of the greatest players. But it's important for everyone to know when they misplay and just how much it spirals out of control. Like, it might have seemed like nothing, that ordering on that turn where I paused it, but it's snowballing now to where, you know, he just missed the damage on that. He's going to struggle to remove this. He has to use his face. He has to use this to remove that. You know, there's all these things happening right now for him that are just, like, snowballing out of control. Also, yeah, you did misplay this turn. I think what you did here is you missed 1 damage on him. You could have done an extra 1 damage, but 1 damage isn't that big of a snowball. But, you know, overall you would have done an extra, you know, I think you would have really been in a winning position. Oh, and you played into Holy Immolation as well as something that you fucked up. So surely he removes this now, though, yeah. Yeah. Ordering, misplacements. I can understand too, because you've been playing for quite a while, haven't you, Min-Maxer? You've been playing for about 12 hours? So the fatigue definitely sets in. Yeah, Holy Immo is a real nightmare of a card sometime. How's Dragal doing? I am going to put on the no spoilers again. Oh, snap. We're definitely watching his next game, so we'll watch this one. I don't think... Did we watch this one? I'll turn off the spoilers. No, we haven't seen this one yet, and then we're going to watch his next one too, and I think he's really close. Yeah, I think people really underestimate. I don't know why they really underestimate, but I think they really underestimate the amount that fatigue can just ruin your plays. If you've been playing... See, I like to play maybe like an hour or 2 at a time. I like to have a little bit of a warm-up. Sometimes a friendly, sometimes I spectate. And then once I... Oh, that's a really strange play. That was... So he just used 2 cards to get an extra 2 mana. What's he playing? This better be a... Oh, I forget what it's called. It's okay. Dragal's second turn wasn't much better than his first turn. Okay, 9 moons. I think that was wrong. I think what Lilith did was wrong. He does have a chance to recover from this, but... Let's see what happens. Boo, boo. Yep, I like this play from Jakal. You don't get mana efficiency, which makes you sad, but you don't want to give whatever pops out of this rush. A good half of his deck, half of his minions already have rush, so maybe you don't care, but just in case, you generally don't want to give whatever comes out rush, and that's why he didn't save a Spine Tiger to remove it. Oh, he gets super lucky here. That is just... that's the ideal minion to get out. Everything else has rush or, you know, something like that. And this Diatide Frenzy is going to be really strong too. And he's hitting his opponent super low. Next turn, if he can have access to a mana tile, which it looks like he might. Depends if his opponent's smart enough to deny both mana tiles. No, he's running... oh, a Vorpal Reaper. So it looks to me like he's probably going to Thumping Wave this. Nope, he's got... oh, does he have lethal? No. So he's probably going to just step forward, Thumping Wave this, and continue on his merry business. But he does have a lot of damage incoming. This will be a 6 damage AoE that if the opponent doesn't run... okay, well he has, if he's smart, he runs all the way up to there. So things are getting, you know, actually quite close. He closed out the game with some damage early, but then now is struggling to just sort of to finish his opponent off. Is that lethal? In some way? No, that's still not it. So he steps away so these two minions can't hit him. And then just sort of clears the board and does some damage. I wouldn't have minded seeing a Greater Fortitude on this. But he's in a perfect... the Lilith is in the perfect protect right now. So... well, that was a miss... or maybe not. Maybe not a misplay. See, I would stay exactly here, and I would have used this. That is just so wrong what he did. He should not have attacked it manually. That is just... I cannot condone that whatsoever. Things are getting rather tense, though. Oh, really? Dragal. Aren't you? Oh no, yeah, lethal, there we go. He's got the lethal, I almost missed it. But yeah, he should never, he would have been fine if he didn't manually attack that. He would have been fine. He could have attacked it with just about anything else. Oh, PogChamp! Congratulations, Dragal! And Dragal wins it. Nice work. Where's Min-Maxer with his second? So you have come second. We're gonna do our orb giveaway. So I'll just change the title of the stream. I'll let some people come in here as well. I'll announce it in a few. Final orb giveaway now. So congratulations to Dragal. Where is he? I'm going to message him on... if you're watching, Dragal, do you want to do an interview? I would like you to do an interview. I would like you to do an interview. Yeah, we get to watch it. So we'll do the interview, and then and do you mind sharing deck list? Excellent. Sleep. I will give you your code because I expect you to be watching right now. Minmaxer. I'll give you your 5 orb code on Discord. Yeah, under 12 hours. That was a really impressive run. So I'll call you in Discord when you are ready. Just message me to say so. So we might watch his replay. We'll watch his replay while we wait for him to get the deck list ready and get into things. So we already know his last game was a win. And it's against Solafid, which is just like really exciting. So Solafid plays Cass too, which is generally considered favoured versus this aggro Magmar. Is there going to be an Ode? I don't think so. So it looks like Solafid's start might be a bit weak. Oh no, here we go, he's got a minion. Healing Mystic. And Blood Tear Alchemist. Yeah, 18 hours normal deck. He had a really nice win rate too, actually. I'm going to check his win rate in a second. Okay, so here is the deck list. Go race deck. Same. It is on the desktop. So, looking at it, he Greater Fortitudes the young Silithar and runs it forward to remove the Healing Mystic or something, and then it gets removed. I don't know, I missed all that. Setting up this first. Let's see, add image. Deck list. Okay. Poop. So wow, things are looking really dire at this, or not too dire, because you have the natural selection for the Shadow Sister, which feels really great. And you can just face tank this. He drew last, which was a little bit sad. You generally don't want to be drawing last. Wow, a second Kaleno combined with a Void Pulse. But that's okay, he's got the Plasma Storm. Overloads, does he hit? Hitting seems a bit too risky. Oh, he does hit. Wow. Ephemeral Shroud, huh? Gets rid of that extra attack. And an Abyssal Juggernaut, a nice big one. He does the attack back. But Jogal's got the board clear. Oh, look at that, amazing. And he takes just 1 damage on it too, a 6/5. That was the comeback right there. So Greater Fortitude, really strong card, definitely underestimated, I think. So he can ping, and then what does he do? Is he going to remove somehow? Spectral Revenant? Oh, and the Revenant dies. He Earth Spheres? Does he Entropic Gaze? Surely he Entropic Gazes. He decides not to, and I like that. I like that decision. Now, I think the reason he did that is to not give his opponent extra plays that he can, you know, find healing in a Revenant, so it didn't really matter. So I think you get rid of the Plasma Storm, you're looking for lethal. And I think that's it. Is that lethal? Let's see, he's got 7-11. Yeah, that's lethal. Gotta make sure not to be flashing out the War Beast. I mean the Saber Spine Tiger. But yeah, that's lethal. Oh man. You might be a little bit salty if your name's Solifid right now after seeing the 3-card combo in lethal. There's lots of different combos that could be lethal there though. 11 damage isn't that hard to get as Magmar. So yeah, let's see. Is Dragal ready? I'm just going to call him. Let's see. Where's the phone call button? While we're waiting for him to pick up, I'll just show the deck list. Are you there, Dragal? Hello?
Yo,
How you doing? How you feeling right now? Tired?
I'm fucking exhausted.
I know that feeling. But you did it. You got there.
I got my $50, so
Yep.
it's worth it.
I'll send it to you on. I'll need your PayPal too. Just to type that in. Actually, I think do. I have your PayPal from?
I think you do it from like the last thing.
Yeah, give it to me again, just so that like I get it right, because I think it was a bunch of people. So your list, right? Really, only one blood tier. I think is interesting, but other than that, seems really strong. The single egg morph as well. Didn't see that used too much. Is there anything you want to point out about it?
Well, I kind of just made the list like months ago, and then every week or so you change a couple cards.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just felt right. Aristeros for Amara, that's about it. That's for shit like that.
Yeah.
But there's no bed anymore, it's all gone. And yeah, I don't know. I do replace last way too often.
Yeah, drawing last, replacing last. Even the best players in the game do it quite often. So.
Well, a couple times, like if you know your deck inside out, like you know every card, and you know there's nothing to save you. Sometimes you just don't replace because you know what you're gonna do, like the optimal play.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's no biggie. It's just a habit thing that you're supposed to do. But other times it can be, you know, game crushing to mess that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a really I'm surprised no tectonic spikes. You don't think tectonic spikes is worth it or really required? You think that Spelljam is better?
I really hate RNG cards, and I do hate cards that kind of feed my opponent. Like Entropic Gaze, I think it's a little strong, just why it's in, but it shouldn't be in my deck because it's. I feel guilty when I do it.
Well, it's a super strong card though. I definitely, you know, when it's at its worst, it's just 2 mana, deal 4 damage to the opposing general, which in an aggro deck is a really strong card. And then at its best, it's also drawing you a card and not them, or it's just drawing a card, you know, and you don't care about the size of their hand. It doesn't matter to you, but you drawing a card can be, you know, quite clutch, so you can get those extra cards for lethal. So yeah, do you think we'll see a nerf to Entropic Gaze? Do you think that's the worst card in the deck, or do you think there's something else that's really making this deck sort of super strong?
Nightmare isn't too strong. Honestly, it's so easy to play around.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 or 4 counter decks. So I don't think anything Magmar will be nerfs.
You don't think Entropic?
No, it's very strong, but it's strong situationally, right? I save it usually for when their hand is full, because that's when it's OP. Because it's 4 damage, draw a card. If it gives them a card, meh. If it's like a Void Pulse for Entropic Gaze, he used 1 less mana, you know?
Yeah.
And got the better trade. So Void Pulse, by that logic, might be OP too. I don't know, it's...
Well, I think it's the way that Entropic Gaze, you know, cycles. If you're running 3 Void Pulses, you're going to run out of cards super fast. Whereas, and the way that it does damage as well, damage is way stronger than healing, like way stronger. So,
but I don't know about you, but when I run into Starhorn on the ladder, I say free win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, all of the decks I play are geared to beat Magma, so I don't have a problem when I sit down to play. 10% of the time or 20% of the time you'll just lose to some bullshit, but it's like that with anything. I can be playing against Sag, who is technically one of the worst generals, and I'll still lose to that same unfairness. But 90% of the time I'll sit down against a Magma and I'll be like, okay, good, I'm favored, I've got this. I'm more scared of like a Reaver player or an Alionar player. Feels much more threatening.
Yeah. Speaking of Sag, that Zwinewags, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Sag deck pissed me off. Holy shit. I sniped him like 3 times with my Ariba because I couldn't stand it anymore. But,
Excellent. Okay, I'll let you get some sleep in. Great work. Under 12 hours. I think that's a very impressive record. I couldn't have done it myself. And nice work. And if you feel like writing an article at all on your trip up the ladder and the deck list, you can put it on 9 Moons. But yeah, I'll ship you your money. Just give me your PayPal.
PayPal?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Discord. And I'll see you later. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for streaming. Alright, take care.
So, let's see. We'll get rid of the deck list. That deck list will be available on 9 Moons. If Dragal doesn't do a write-up on it, I will do a write-up. So we'll do a orb giveaway. So anyone who says anything in chat for the next, we're gonna have 5 minutes. 5 minutes gets 5 orbs. Gets in chat for the next 5 minutes, gets a chance at 5 orb spirit codes. There'll be 2 to give away. I'll be giving 2 5 orb spirit, 5 spirit orb codes away. Let me just get them up. So yeah, we've given away 2. I'll give away 2, and so we have Done With Life and JR Vault. See. Done With Life. I'll put on something to watch actually while I'm doing this. So who should we watch? We'll Min-Max have finally made it to 4, so let's watch his last game. I'll do the Spoilerino Screenerino. And then take off the spoiler screen. There we go. Okay. Ikoa Highball. Oh. Who else have we got here? JR Done With Life at 0042. What else? Acetus. You already got some. You don't get another shot, Acetus. We have Pow in the Kisser, Harpoo, Done With Life already got, Legend of Nelda, Take It Easy, Elimosin, this time hopefully not making any misplays. Wow, this seems dank. Enfall playing Unseven. It's a Dying Wish Cassiva. Who are we up to? I think I already got Okoa. Did I get Okoa? Yeah. So we got Okoa, Elimosin, Take It Easy, Batista, Ninth Ghost. Moobot is also in the running, Kappa. 9th Ghost. Legend of Nelda done with live. I think I got you all. So there's still about a minute remaining. Min-Maxer. I'll enter you anyway. Cloney asking how rigged it is. 100% rigged. Always rigged. So wow, Min-Max is looking like he's in a bit of a rough position here. Do you think he meant to do that? That seems wrong what he did there. Turn 1 Variax, that seems pretty gross to me. So 1 more minute. Draws Min-Maxer a card. Min-Max is looking much better off now. Wow, a Grove line? Endfall is playing a really dank list. This is just super interesting to me. So geez, this seems like a complicated turn. So he equips the mask, plays the guitar, inner focus. Is this lethal? I think this is lethal, boys. That looks like lethal. Oh man, it was 3 over. So let's do the giveaway. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. Random number generator. $12 people. So the first one goes to 4, and the second one goes to 3. So 3 and 4. So super rigged. So these 2 players message me in Twitch. It was and congrats on your orbs. Message me, whisper me in Twitch for your codes. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Just looking at some stuff. Okay, so At has messaged me and Akoa. Okay, so let's see. I think we're up to this one. And then... Actually, what I'm going to do... Go like this. That. This. That. So give this one, copy, send one add. So Akoa, you got this, and then At, you got that. So congratulations on your 5 orb codes. There you go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Like I said, if Dragal chooses to do a write-up, that will be posted on Nine Moons. Otherwise, I will do a write-up myself and post it on ninemoons.gg probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. I will probably upload this to YouTube, so you can check out the stream on my YouTube in the next 24 to 48 hours. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy your codes, and everyone have a great day. And don't forget to check out ninemoons.gg. Okay, if you haven't been there, it's a great site. It's got everything that you need for Duelist related. So yeah, thanks again everyone for tuning in. Good luck, have fun, and I should host someone. Actually, I'll host Benang. Here we go. I really like Benang. He's not a heaps popular streamer, but he's a really nice guy and super friendly, super fun. He talks about his plays. He's super humble. He's a great guy. So thank you everyone again for tuning in. Check out ninemoons.gg and enjoy Benang.